Welcome back, everyone. We'll call this session like 4 and 5 of Pandemonium. Last week we had some audio issues, but it looks like that's been fixed now. So we're diving back into the world of Pandemonium with the Gavels, who are in their preparations to retake Kata, joining a diplomatic gala on in the nation of Ascenta. Invited by their king, where he's invited the other major players of Fessia, as well as interested allies abroad, bringing them all to one place to allow Baron, Leslie Royce, along with the Gavels and Adamantium Renegades, a chance to hopefully ply them and convince them that supporting Kata, providing soldiers, resources, armaments is the way to go, the way to stand up against uh, the new reborn nation of Taish, and hopefully end the threat of the giants. The group made their way into Ascenta, making a splashy entrance using some of their own skills and pyrotechnics and lightning, along with their well, definitely eye-catching new ship. We covered it in blue dragon scales. Um, Moving from there into the palace proper, where they were warmly greeted by the king of Ascent, Andreas Galanus, who thanked them for saving his sister and just was truly appreciative of their efforts. They also got to see the Baron make a pretty splashy interest himself, utilizing an airship that he brought from the depths of the earth on the war camp and flying down on his ancestral animal, the griffins, in his display of lightning and coordinated flight. He was able to land and kind of bring some good attention to the war effort for Kata. But once within, the party got all split and started to look for their own targets within. Jeet, finding a fellow martial artist, went and spoke to the master of the Stormfist Adepts, speaking about kind of uh, duty, as well as just being not locking yourself away from conflicts and being kind of the order you wish to see. He was able to convince them, along with the promise for the Gavels to locate or to locate their missing champion. We'll say Sandrick Sanda Sun, earning the support of the adepts and a quarter D10 progress to additional war resources. On the other was Wisteria, went after King Andreas Galanis himself, and found him very receptive to the argument that he was looking to. Basically, Wisteria could tell he really wanted to go to war himself. It just took the slightest push that he should join the war effort, screw democracy, and his own parliament, and bring his kingsmen at the very least into the fight. Will was spent some time speaking to the holy beacon who rules in part of a triumvirate of Huna, getting a chance to kind of speak of their homeland. But unfortunately, he's found Priscilla just to be pretty hard to read, pretty friendly, smiley, but just has not been able to crack what she wants or what she's interested in, why she's here. On the other hand, Crash tried to go after the prefects, two of the prefects, I should say, and tried to see if he could convince them, sway them to join the war effort for Kata. And while they are friendly and very kind of interested to see him, they did not respond well to his first approach. And at the end of the session, you all were able to speak briefly to Baron Kesse Royce, or Leslie Royce, as well as the King Andreas, and learned that the Kingdom of Akaris has not only declined to join the Fessian war effort, they've actually been directed by their goddess Y, the goddess of the sea, to join in with the Reavers and the Giants. And they would not be coming to the diplomatic summit. With that information called out, the King Andreas invited the party, along with the other dignitaries and guests, to join him in dinner prior to the entertainment. So one thing before we jump in, the rest of the crew got a free discovery as well. Belric will give you one too. Who would, out of these groups, would there be anyone that you'd want some more information upon? And while you're thinking of that to us, because I know you guys had a strategy last time. Well, what's the crew strategy as well for going after? We're trying to find.
I think we had talked about round 1 and 2, mostly focusing on like the quarter D10 armies because they take the least amount of effort to get on our side. And then depending on how successful we are on that, maybe going for like all working together towards one of the full D10 ones.
That is very true. That's exactly what I said. So it's going to be a bit surprising when that is not what I do in round. But just because Crash is working on the prefects, and I could try and help them out, or help him out with them, I'm thinking of doing discovery on the prefect. So my thinking is, okay, they're the big one. If we can lock them in by end of round 3, maybe we can be more flexible with the small fry in round 4. But I know I'm changing around our strategy on the fly.
So with that said, Belric, the ones that have been taken off the board are the kind of the adepts, as well as the Kingsmen. But you could, for any of the other ones, they are fair game. Or
okay. I'm just looking at who's the Arcane Warriors or the Element Intelligence.
So those are the 2 left that are quarter D10, which is why I have them in the little top part of my notes. But the one thing we did hear about the Republic is that the Chancellor would stand to inherit Kata should the Baron fall in battle, so he kind of has reason for not. I'm guessing he probably has a pretty high DC, or at least anyone working for the Republic might. So I'm a little suspicious of the Lemnon intelligence. Otherwise, Wisteria would have been trying to get their help from the get-go.
I feel like the Heka University would be perfect for Wisteria for some reason, for many reasons, but
I'm the only one with an Arcana proficiency. Well, I can cast spells now. I have some wands that I pull out every morning.
sure.
Is there something I can assist Will with? What's Will doing?
I was trying to get information about the Lightbringer Templars led by Beacon Priscilla of the Huna Triumvirate, but I was not successful. So I was going to ask for your help this time with like learning more about them, like what they want. That is, it would be nice. That's the people that Will has a connection with. So just because of that, I was trying to get them on our side, but there's no particular reason we need to really focus on them, but
I mean, it seems like the quarters are like, I don't think I'll have much success with the Arcane Warriors, and the Element Intelligence probably not because they're part of the Republic. So I'd be down. That's a half point. I could help with them.
Yeah, the quarter ones I feel like we don't need to do a lot of discovery on before, because like we can probably just get them. We were successful, I think, with both of the quarter ones we tried, right? Yes.
Yeah, for the 2 quarter ones you went after.
Yeah. So we don't need to do a lot of discovery on the quarter ones beforehand, because we can just get them on our side just the normal way. But
I think actually they did discover both those 2 ones as well. Wisteria both use their discovery on that too. But yeah, Belric, you could help either Will with the beacon, or it sounds like Jeet and Crash maybe still going after the prefects. So kind of depends where you want to discover.
Yeah, let me help with the beacon.
All right, cool. All right, give me your choice of religion or perception as you kind of. Actually, this will be your pre-roll one. So yeah, so just give me a religion or perception check on that one.
All right. A character sheet. All right.
Oh, and roll that when you hit it. Control the private for that one.
Religions plus 16, perceptions plus 21. Roll.
Nice. Not the best roll, but luckily you've got a crazy bonus to your perception, so you don't even really need a great roll. You get one question. And just as a reminder, too, the questions can be what's a good argument against them? What do they want? What do they desire? What do they hate? What is their lowest kind of influence skill? What information would you guys want to find out about this group?
Simply because I wasn't here last week, is it all right if I kind of consult Will on
Yeah,
hey,
go for it.
what is
I was trying to find out what they want, like what would be convincing to them.
Okay.
I was unsuccessful in finding that out.
Is
Twice.
that is that something I could? Yeah. What do they need? What do they want?
Yeah, definitely. What do they want? Yeah, and and what kind of? I'll see how Belric kind of uncovered this. I'll let you kind of phrase that part.
Eavesdropping.
Sit Baron to get some intel. But yeah, you were able to find out that the Beacon really wants to build a church on Kata. She wants to pretty much, as soon as it's retaken, as soon as the giant threat is ended, before rebuilding or before kind of going through the kind of the needs of repairing a country at war, she wants a ornate cathedral built to her goddess.
Okay. God, I feel like a poser here, but I kind of like the idea of eavesdropping, right? Like Will tried 2 times by the sounds of it. Like, hey, what do you get? What's up? What do you guys need? And then he just turns away, kind of discouraged. And then she's like, oh my God, can you believe this guy? All he needed to ask us was this in this way, and we would have told him that we just need to build a church on Kata. So yeah, that would be. I would just be kind of in the background with my ear towards them and being very perceptive and listening, and be like, got it.
That seems like it'd be easy to convince the Duke to give them. That's something we could be like, hey, if you do this for them, they will help you in the war. That seems like an easy. I don't think he would object to that.
Prioritization, man.
Do we know anything about their their religion and how, or this cathedral and how it shapes up in the region? If it's obviously
I would probably know things.
Yeah, so the Lightbringer region, that's no role necessary. The Lightbringer region's probably the most prolific organized religion in Kazia. It's dedicated to the goddess of light, Hikari, and it is basically... My dog just turned the TV on.
Your dog turned the TV on?
I left her on the couch, and she laid on there. I'll be right back.
That's good.
There isn't anyone in Kata who would object to another religion coming over, right? They don't seem to have strong religious beliefs.
Not that I've heard.
Other than connections to the storm gods. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there wouldn't be any objections per se for just building the temple on that side. They probably had smaller even churches before. The Lightbringers are pretty prolific across.
Okay. Yeah.
From what you'd guess, probably the biggest thing is just with the Baron's personality and being a very practical person. He may take some convincing on building a church, an ornate church, before defenses and everything else.
Yeah, I can get him to agree to that.
And sorry, I know at the beginning you said there was a third group. So there's Tish and the Reavers of Tawa supporting the Giants, and then there was a third.
Yep,
was recently?
that was just learned the city of Icarius over here.
Okay, thank you.
City beneath the waves.
Right. Is that my turn?
Yeah, so everybody, before getting to the Gala, got a free perception, and I thought we should be good to give you one too on that side as well.
Thanks.
Let's do that again too, because we didn't get to see what Bell. So you guys are kind of being gestured towards the dining room, but before we get to that, we had the rest of the crew, and I'll probably have them go through just so since we didn't have that on stream either with the recording issues. Got to describe kind of what fancy wear they decided to go with for the gala itself. What did Belric do? How did Belric kind of prepare for this?
So he's usually in he's wearing leather armor, but it's pretty tattered. Like he's nothing special to look at. He grew up under a mountain, and he sleeps either in the stables of a ship or kind of out in nature with the bear. So, but he'll be like Gala, like his idea of dressing up. I think he would have probably have spent some silver looking for some sort of I don't know, like a shawl, like an animal shawl. And then he just would have wetted his hair, no gel, nothing special, just wetted his hair to the side, and it just wouldn't look great. But he's obviously making some semblance of an effort. He'd be in earth tone colors, like gray and green, and I think he would have his clan dagger out, or at least the holster for it, and I think that would be the extent of it. But yeah, it's nothing pretty, but it's pretty to him. He's this is the most I've dressed up in my entire life.
And I feel like probably for Belric, especially with him, I forgot he still slept in the stables or aboard the ship. It's probably cleaner than usual too, right?
Yeah. And he would have probably not showered but swam, right, to get some of the stench off. So he's smelling better than usual.
Perfect. And for the rest of the crew, just go through a little bit of what you're aware, just for the viewers, as well as Belric.
I'll go first. Will is back in his fancy clothes, which for him is a black duster with a sort of he really leans into the sort of gold aesthetic that just sort of naturally comes with his biology because he's angelkin. So his skin looks like goldstone. His hair is bright blonde. So he really emphasizes the gold. So he wears a black duster with gold trim. He wears a dark gold vest, probably more like a brown with gold embroidery on top of it. If you zoom in super close on the token, which we may or may not do for the camera, you can see the little gold filigree all over it. Filigree? I don't know if that's the right word. And then wears white pants and black boots with the same sort of his boots match his duster. And then he has that little what do you call it? Ascot? Or is it a cravat? I don't know enough about fancy clothes to know the difference. But that matches the duster as well. So he's putting it all back on, back to his favorite look.
Nice.
Jeet has his armor, just the top part to because it's a fancy occasion. He's not actually going out to war. The armor with Nar symbol on it, and then over that is the mantle with the gavel's color, which remind me, Ryan, it's gray and red or silver and red.
I think gray and red is what I was imagining, but we never really discussed it in detail.
I think you said gray silver with hints of red last time.
Perfect.
Gray and silver with hints of red. Yeah.
So gray and silver with the red accents, and then on top of that, he is openly and pointedly displaying Kosir's nectar, which we won at the tournament.
Nice. Crash, Wisteria?
So Crash is wearing the exact same thing he usually wears. He's a mercenary. He's a bounty hunter. He's a hunter. He wants to present himself as such. A lot of fancy things going around, but he wants to make clear he's not really hiding anything. He's a merchant. He's a mercenary. That's what he is.
Sorry, I was trying to stop my cat from typing our notes for us. So Wisteria is wearing a purple dress with kind of like a sparkle, almost starry pattern, and then she also has like a jacket over the top, and the jacket has a little pocket where she has her quill of Notitia, kind of with a little bee emblem sticking out the top of it. She's wearing her hard to find and what little left she has of her green makeup, and she has her hair pulled into a long, thick braid, and woven into the braid are little pieces of paper with kind of like encouraging words written into it, written on the paper.
Nice. Perfect. You guys are called into this dining room, and dining room is probably not even the best way to describe it. It's almost like this ballroom where you see rows and rows of long tables with intricate kind of blue and silver cloths adorning them, flagons of wine, kind of tankards of ale. You see kind of you almost smell the hops wafting up in the Fessian style. You see the table's already been set with just ornate style food. You see what looks to be kind of chimera ribs sitting one of the centers of the table. You see these giant fried rings. They look like they may have come from a giant squid. You know that the Fessians love to hunt the monsters that plague them, and have gotten very good at making some of these dishes, and especially when royalty or when kind of big celebrations happen, love to bust them out. But outside of that, you see a lot of more traditional fare, a lot of grilled lamb, hummus, and a lot of pita bread kind of scattered across. And you see these tables, and you see people beginning to take their seats. And we're going to get into our next round of influence. But before we get into that piece, as you guys start to think of who you want to sit next to and who's going to be discovering and who's going to be influencing and planning your strategies out, you do see King Andreas Galatas stand up, and you see him kind of clacking a knife to his glass, kind of freaking a loud tinging noise. You hear him call out in that booming voice of nobility, and he goes, "Welcome all. I am ecstatic to see you all at my table, coming to my family's aid in our time of need. As I said, while we may be separate nations, with my sister on the throne, or beside the Baron on the throne, these are my family. So I am glad to see you all here to help. I have been convinced by the Gavels that I should be directly helping as well. Protocol be damned. The advice of naysayers and those who have never worn a crown be damned. I shall be there with my kingsmen, and we will fight for Kata and for my family." And he kind of raises his glass and he goes, "The other bit of news as well, we have been told that Acarius has shifted allegiance. They betrayed us at their goddess's urging and will be joining with the monsters of Taish. Scouts have reported that a ship bearing the white unicorn of peace at Acarius colors has been sighted sailing into the bay. We will treat with them and let you know more after we've heard. But for now, eat, listen to the great defenders of Kata, and hopefully you all will open your hearts as I have and join the true fight." You guys see him raise his glass and take a healthy swig, and you guys are going to get a good viewpoint of the tables and the open seats around. What's the crew's game plan for this one? I know a couple may be going after the prefects, but what are you guys thinking?
I have a question for about the layout of this place. So this is a big banquet, right?
Mhm.
Is there assigned seats, or is it?
It's kind of like no assigned seat, surprisingly. It's kind of one of those ones where you can go find an empty spot along kind of these long banquet tables and kind of claim it as your own.
Gotcha. All right. Is it buffet style?
So like there are kind of dishes in the middle, but there are kind of servers coming around to kind of bring like different kind of hors d'oeuvres or different pieces to add to it as well.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'll go find wherever Drolin, the Iron Hand Bullet artist, is sitting, and join the prefects on that table.
Oh, and for the prefects, it's just Groshin, the legendary hunter, and Ezen there.
Okay.
The other prefects are off doing something else, but these two decided to make time for a party at the convincing of them. I think. You can definitely find a seat next to them. You see, like, Roshan has taken like 2 of the tankards of ale and kind of pushed them over by his corner. Even while eating, Ezen is still kind of mixing between strumming at his lute as well as just kind of almost singly like telling stories to those around him. They definitely give you a smile as you come over. So Jeet's going by the prefix. Will, pick on you next. Where are you going?
You already know, fam. I'm going to try one more time. If it doesn't work this time, I'm going to have to redirect my efforts elsewhere. But I'm going to try one more time to get the beacon on our side.
All right.
Now that I know an angle, at least.
And it would be their half D10, so it'll take 2 successes, right? For them?
2 successors or 1 crit.
I'll just crit. It's fine.
You find her over there. She's got kind of just one noble next to her, and you almost hear her kind of just preaching some of the holy virtues of Akari. And she does give you a pleasant nod as you take your seat. Wisteria, I'll pick on you next. Who you sit next to?
All right, screw the whole plan we had. I'm gonna follow Jeet and sit. And so, like, the whole way we're walking over towards the prefects, I'm like talking about like all these stories I read about them as a kid, and how like I'm excited I am to meet them, and then like I tried to pretend I was the legendary hunter when I was first learning how to use my crossbow, and then we sit down with Jeet between me and them, and immediately I'm just like staring at them like complete starstruck and not talking or saying anything. I'm going to try to do a discovery on them, but probably not involving me actually talking to them at this moment.
Okay. All right. So Wisteria sitting next to Jeet with the prefects. Crash, I'm going to pick on you next. Where's Crash sitting there?
Crash, having just had the little group powwow and watching the entirety of the plan just go to shambles, he looks a little confused for a second and kind of scrambles to find the seat. With a little bit of game of, I'd assume to be, not exactly, but close to musical chairs after like being bit stunned from the gavels, I kind of want to leave it to chance, and I want to do a discovery with Crash. What groups are open right now? Who has a seat open? Besides the obvious, like finding one next to someone who's obviously like doesn't have anyone trying to get into their ears.
Okay, so you're not going with the prefix. All right. Yeah, so there's seats around kind of most of the different groups. You can find one kind of close to it. Is there? Are you just looking for someone that's kind of not being kind of engaged with so far at all, or what do you think? What's Crash looking for here?
Someone who is not as popular at this party.
I would lend. It may make sense for us to. I mean, you or I could help too. I'm on the same boat. I'm pretty aimless, but like Dr. Aldrich Vimler with the Forged Men.
That is one of the very few ones that Crash would be avoiding like the plague.
Okay.
Due to Warforged's not really having a good association with the Forgemen.
Okay.
Perfect. So if you're looking for somebody that doesn't have really many people speaking to them, surprisingly, the Professor Alina of the Hecka University hasn't really drawn much of a crowd. You actually see that, like, beneath the table, she has a book that she is kind of reading as she is eating, and kind of occasionally looking up and nodding and smiling at people before looking back down at her book. Outside of that, there's some that aren't being kind of fully engaged with, and there's definitely seats open, kind of wherever Crash may decide to land.
You know what? Let's go to the university, or the representative of. And for the discovery, there is it just us listening in, or what kind of flavor could we give to it?
Oh, yeah, so with that, I actually encourage you to kind of make it more of like Will did last time. We got to make it more of a conversation to discover for kind of the ones that are actually taking place during the rounds.
All right. So hopefully,
before we get to that, Belric, where are you sitting?
I guess I would look over and I would see if they need help with the prefects, because I think that would be certainly something I'd be interested in, talking with the legendary hunter. So I would kind of look over and be like, hey, do you guys have that handled, or could you use some assistance? And then depending on that reaction, I'll figure it out.
To get them to help us, it's going to take 4 successes. So it's going to be, we're not going to get them this round. It's going to take multiple rounds of effort, which is kind of why maybe starting early is a better plan than our original plan, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So we could use the help, yes.
So you three are going there. Are you all discovering, or does with 3 of you go on, does anyone want to take an influence route, or what are you all thinking there?
Discovery.
Discover? All right.
Well, I'll ask what. So I was interested in trying to figure out what the best tactics or arguments to convince them, because I know Crash. I don't remember the DC or anything, but I remember Crash like rolling pretty well to try to influence them and not succeeding last time. And so maybe we just need the right skill, but I think they're gonna. Wait. I don't know if 3 discoveries though is going to be much use, because we already know a good amount about them.
I already have like exactly which 3 we need. Like we need desires, lowest skill, and best tactics, and I think that's how we stand a chance afterwards.
Okay.
But this isn't me saying this is what we all should do. This is just me saying I will do discovery, and it would be nice to have an influence in the pocket as well if someone wants to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what did you guys think that one over? We'll pick on Will or Crash first. Who wants to go first on that one? I think Will, you said you're influencing for sure. Crash, are you discovering or influencing?
Discovering.
Okay.
Very discovery heavy round this round.
Makes sense.
I'm just getting to know people. We're mingling.
I wanted to throw my hat in there first. Crush has a very unique opinion on magic, so let's see how that's gonna go with this. What was the university called again?
So she's from the Hecka University, and she is Professor. What was her name? Professor
Alina?
Yeah. Professor Alina, and you see that she's over there. She's a silver-skinned dragonborn, kind of just pecking at the food, but mostly reading her book beneath the table. How does Crash make his approach?
There is no fancy things, mostly because he left all of his fancy things at the door, had to. He just kind of strides up, sits down, turns over, looks at the book, looks to her, and just goes, "Dear me, the company not really keeping you entertained."
You hear kind of look up and go, apologies. I guess that would be rude. I'm only here for the Duke. I'm sorry, the Baron, Leslie Royce. He spent some time at our academy, and he called and asked for a representative to come, and we thought it'd be rude not to, but I just really don't know what we're going to be doing here. But please sit. I'll stop being rude.
No. If anything, the question I have for you could be considered rude, so let's call this quite even, eh? I am a mercenary. I've fought a lot of beasts and brigands in my time. But magic I've always found quite cheap. I've never been able to quite get into it myself, save for enchanted items. But I was looking to see if perhaps you could dissuade this slight prejudice I'm building. Your university, its connections with magic, the arcane arts. Tell me about it.
You kind of see like you definitely see kind of her almost put on her professor kind of face. She's almost like it's not curt, but definitely you can see her eyes kind of narrow in, a little more attuned, a little bit more attentive, and she kind of goes like, "You wish me to display the virtues of magic when you have already admitted that you use enchanted items. You've made my own argument for me."
Quite right. That's exactly why I need more education on the matter. My prior prejudice has simply fallen to shambles in the face of needing these enchanted items to keep up. So, as you were,
You see, she kind of gives a little bit of a smiley smirk, and she goes, "Well, if you want to weave the very elements of creation, I mean, weapons are fine, uh, martial strength is needed, but to be able to create, to heal, to conjure something from nothing to touch, that what once was just the realm of the divine, magic needs no salesman. Magic is magic."
all right. If possible, this is where I'd like to roll my perception.
Okay. And with her, you could go for perception or arcana.
Arcana. Wait, let me actually. Oh wow, Crash is actually trained in Arcana. Oh yeah, that's right. That was the that was the flavor I had in my head to have him like. That's from where all of his magic ammunition's connected to its stem. That's right. So it's a hidden perception, right?
That's right.
All right, here we go.
Perfect. You get one question.
That would definitely be their desire.
And you kind of see it as she speaks through. She kind of goes, and you see her like smile kind of fade a little bit, especially after she gets off her little quip there. She goes, "Well, the administration did. Part of what I was sent here to do was not just to come through for nobility and from one of our former alumni. Magical study and research is quite expensive, and we could use a bit of a donation from the Baron, especially with him coming into his crown, to help further our research and continue our studies on the arcane, the occult, and kind of unraveling the mystery of magic."
Quite good to know. Just throwing you a lump sum of gold, that's it.
You know, with how scholarly interest can go sometimes, they are looking for a decent sum of gold from him. They did commit it to naming the library after him if he is able to come through for us, but it's all such gauche to talk about that sometimes. But research needs money, and money needs research.
For that, I do understand. Innovation is key, after all, even into the more occult understandings.
Of course, is even when people think magic is just something you can wave around and create whatever you want, but there's so much study and things that go along with it. Even for those who are naturally gifted, for having others be able to find the methods of the spells and being able to learn that, it's a field with infinite discoveries. But I won't talk your ear off the whole time.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm quite interested. And I feel like that's a good point to cut away.
Definitely. Will, we'll pick on you next.
All right. How do I do this exactly? You know what? Actually, you said that she is in the middle of, like, say, kind of preaching to somebody right now.
Pretty much.
All right. So I think I would sort of like sit and just sort of watch her do that for a couple of minutes, with a with a little smirk on my face, and then as soon as like that other person sort of takes their leave and like goes off to, I don't know, do some other thing, I'm just be like, my, Ms. I would definitely, hold on, I gotta remember her name. Priscilla. Yeah. Okay. My, Ms. Priscilla, you can't help yourself when it comes to spreading the word, can you?
Well, you know what it is like on Lumox. One of Akari's tenets is to spread the word of the Lightbringer to all corners of the world. We can never let our gods down.
Of course. You know, I've had somewhat of a fraught relationship with the church. Actually, would she know that? Does Will know that she knows that?
Well, you did know that Will had a bounty, a pretty sizable bounty placed on him by the luminescent kind of splinter faith of the Lightbringer Church.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that would probably be made publicly, like, known and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. You know, I've had a somewhat fraught relationship with the church itself, but I also have had to understand that that's just that the one place that was giving me trouble is not the actions of the church as a whole. From what I understand, you do quite a bit of good in the world.
We always try to spread the light of Akari by healing, by educating, and I didn't want to be rude earlier, but I'm glad you recognize that the Splinter Faith, while still worshiping Akari, I mean, some of their views are near heretical, but we don't need to get into that.
Right. You know, a little birdie told me, a little birdie named Belric, but I'm not going to say that part, that you're trying to expand a little further into Kata than you had before. Like you were trying to make the presence of the light a little bit more prominent and visible over in Kata after all of this horrid business with the war is over. Is that right?
You see, she smiles and leans in and goes, "Oh, of course, you know, the Thessians, they're a proud people, and they love those storm gods of theirs, but Akari's light needs to spread. And we think that this could be a good time to get our foothold, if you know what we mean."
Of course. You know, having just recently saved the life of his dear wife, I think I could help make that happen for you if you're willing to help us out a little bit as well.
Oh, you think you could convince the Baron to build a church to the goddess?
I think it would be one of the greatest lights you might ever see outside of Lumox itself, of course.
She leans in interested. What approach are you taking for your role?
This is pure charm. Just remember, Will is supernaturally hot. So he's just really turning on the charm. He probably, when he does this, he probably glows a little brighter even. Well, he doesn't glow, he sparkles, which is not the same thing.
Well, that's a little bit different because she glows the light of Akari, but yeah, you got that sparkle thing going on.
So yeah, I was just hoping to use diplomacy and just this is just like this is my last shot. If I'm not successful here, I'm just gonna have to give up on this cause. So I'm just trying to use whatever I've got, and what I've got is a 23 in diplomacy. So here we go. I believe, and also
roll? Oh, 23 plus 23. Okay, yeah.
No, I didn't roll.
Through.
No,
that's rough. That's rough.
Right. And remind me, is this a secret one?
Oh no, these ones can be open. Just the discovery rolls are secret.
Yeah, gotcha. All right. So
nice.
Freaking 20. Natural 20. This is what I needed.
You see
43.
She smiles, and she goes, "Ah, that seems like it could be a deal. To see a bright so light that Hikari may take notice herself, and not coming from Lumox as always, coming from these storm god worshippers, I think that would be divine. If you can convince your Baron to build this cathedral of light, this ode to Hikari the Lightbringer, we will send our Templars. We will have the Light Warriors join you on your quest to vanquish those cursed sons and daughters of Taish.
And we are absolutely going to need the help of your Templars if we're going to make it happen. So your assistance is much appreciated.
You see, she kind of waves her hand over to one of the servants. And she goes, I brought my own vintage. I hope you'll join me. And she pours one of the things that Lumox, and Lumox aren't big drinkers, but one of the things they are famous for is they have like the best sparkling champagne. And you see kind of like it pours in and almost has its own kind of glow and sparkle itself as she pours 2 glasses, and she goes, to the brightest church outside of Lumox.
Oh, you do me a great honor. I haven't had any the real Lumoxian vintage in such a long time. It just takes a moment to yeah. To our success.
To our success. Perfect. And you guys have pretty much earned another half on that, earning your first full one. Need a little bit tweaking with the Baron, but it should be fairly easy, especially compared to convincing the Beacon herself. But with that, we are going to turn on our 3 who are sitting alongside the prefects. What's the game plan for this? Who's discovering? Is anybody influenced, or are all 3 discovering?
I'll start with discovery.
I feel like I could also discover. I've got a pretty good perception. What do you think, Wisteria?
You're on mute.
Perhaps technical difficulties. Just without... this is the exact wrong time to be saying this when Chris is not here, but I feel like... I haven't looked... I can only, like in the little shared sheets thing, I can only really see like the top stats of everybody, but just based on vibes, I feel like Wisteria would be the most likely to be able to convince them of things. Maybe G. I'm not sure. I don't actually know what everybody's like charisma scores and like bonuses and all that stuff is, but
and remember the limits aren't just charisma.
Yeah,
other skills that will come into play.
Yeah, that's part of why I was thinking of that, because Wisteria has every skill known to man and beast.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
Yeah, I was saying I'll wait to see how y'all's discoveries go, and then if we're feeling up for an influence, I might give it a shot.
Unfortunately, you do have to declare it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in that case, I think I'll do a discovery.
Okay. With all 3 of you guys going, I'll let you guys kind of kick this off as a group. How are you guys kind of going about gathering your information here?
Yeah, G will begin by expressing gratitude. Prefects, it is an honor to meet you. My name is Agniji, and he will do a bow in such a way that the fingers point to the Cosier's nectar.
Go ahead.
And we have heard, we have heard so many amazing things about you in our lifetimes, but also we've heard that you have duty and you're being called elsewhere, so for you to come here and help out in this very noble fight, or at the very least to help out in the gala, to be present in the gala is our honor.
You see Ezen smile and kind of still one hand like strumming his lute, and he goes, "Oh, you know what? It is a pleasure to meet you all as well. I see you bear the nectar. We were supposed to be at that fight for peace, but we got called to the realm of Tanin. Dragons, he kind of looks around for a bit. They are such pains. So egotistical, so endless that, endless this. We spent the last month dealing with an issue there. Catch of eggs got stolen, and it's just such a fucking pain. But as I said, I wish we could have been there with you as you got to triumph there, but duty and all that. Drink that well, or save it till you need it. That drink has saved my life a number of times.
Oh, well, I shall. It is amazing to be in such august company. And I have to wonder why it is that, what it is that is really, preventing you from joining our fight here. Like, the Gavels fighting against a much more experienced band. There's so much we could learn from you, and call you our mentor. So, what could we do as the Gavels, or the Baron could do to get the prefects to join this fight? Because there's nothing that we wouldn't do.
Perfect. You have your choice for your role here: survival, performance, or perception.
Perception.
All right.
And I'm trying to find out what they want.
Would you spend a hero point on this roll if it came up bad?
Yes.
Burn a hero.
100%.
Yeah. Do we still have 2? I can't. I
You do have
it's hard
2.
for me to keep track. Okay, cool.
Yeah, whatever. So any session that you guys, where you last slept on the boat, you guys have those 2. So you guys with this one have slept on the boat prior. So you got those 2 there. Nice. So you get near crit, but unfortunately just 1 question still, but a lot better than before.
All right, yeah, let's go with the desire and want.
Perfect. You kind of see like Ezen lean in, and you see Groshin kind of as well. Groshin taking like a pretty hefty bite out of one of the chimera ribs, and he speaks up and he goes, "What we want, honestly, bit of a break. Fighting alongside here without dragons or gods playing their games with this, being able to be kind of more low key than we normally are. We just some grunts in the army. That'd be sweet. That would be worth the effort. That'd be worth pissing off the divine executive officer."
Nice. No immediate comeback. I'll save it for the influence.
Okay.
I can go next. So I imagine like they, G kind of shares this information with Wisteria sitting next to him, and the 2 of them kind of start conversing with other people. And Sherry's like, okay, because we established last session that they're kind of like her childhood heroes, and she read all kinds of stories about them. So she's kind of like trying to build up the confidence, and maybe G's helping a little bit to like get a chance to talk to them. And finally, she like kind of leans over to speak to Ezen, and she's like, "Hey there," and maybe he's like about to respond, but then somebody comes and taps him on the shoulder, and he's like, "Oh," and he starts a conversation with somebody else, and then so Wisteria just kind of sits there waiting patiently, and then that person eventually wanders off, and he's like, "So you were saying," and then somebody else comes, and like for maybe 10 minutes or so, it's just different people because they're so popular and famous, and she just never really gets a word in, but does get to overhear a lot of the conversations between them and other people. I'm looking for the lowest skill DC, and kind of by listening in on other conversations, seeing who is able to kind of catch their attention the best, who is having a rough time of keeping them interested, to see if I can figure that out.
Perfect. Give me a perception, or give me your choice of perception, survival, or performance. Nice. The lowest skill, you kind of see the lowest skill would actually be religion for them.
what I expected, but that's good news for us.
Ezen definitely has like, you can see if you on the battlefield, you could probably focus up, but he does have a bit of ADD. So like anytime that somebody like does like mention something, like he like squirrel, like between even somebody talking to him, between his own loot too, you can definitely see he'll be mid conversation with somebody and then just kind of start strumming away a new melody. You can tell it's not him trying to be rude, but it definitely is. It's just it's him.
Am I able to pick up any context why religion is? Like, is there a particular god that they seem interested in, or something like that, or do I not get enough context just from these side conversations?
You wouldn't get enough context from the side conversations, but you guys do know this before. They are both Ezen and Groshin are both followers of Kosir. They're not even followers. They are friends with Kosir. They like to go to his parties. They like to hang out with him. They were supposed to be at the tournament until they got called in for like actual work.
Okay. Yeah, because I know you had mentioned that, and I was thinking like, oh, is that just like a, like have some connections to, or had some connections to like the infernal gods, but that's different from like them really meaning a lot to us. So.
Oh yeah, they're pals. Like they, as much as you can be friends with a god, they are friends with a god.
Nice.
All right.
What would be something? Sorry, I just haven't done many of these. Like, what would be something helpful to discover at this point? We know,
so they got the design, the wants, the lowest skill. The biggest thing left would be their the best arguments to use for it.
Okay. A quick question. I just want to for clarification. What is the difference between wants and best arguments?
The wants are kind of what they like. Oh, that's what they're actually looking to gain from this partnership. The best arguments are just different ways to convince them. I forgot who you guys earned an argument for.
Yeah. So it's like the goal versus the technique to get there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, I understand.
Who was Wisteria? Who would you have been talking to there? Would have been just what? Or I'm sorry. You weren't even talking to anyone, were you?
Trying to
Groshin's the other one, but I didn't touch it.
Hey, Groshin probably the one Belro could have more to talk to as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would just kind of like. I'm imagining the scenario, but I feel like I would just kind of like walk up to Groshin and, with the other person being a bard and like being out there and like talking to everyone, I feel like I kind of would like walk up to Groshin and be like, they all want a piece of you guys, don't they?
You hear him huff, and he goes, "These affairs without Kosir to lighten the mood. It's nice when he's there because everybody's talking to Kosir, and they just let us drink and eat and celebrate in peace. But when he's not here, everybody wants a piece of us." And you kind of see he kind of smiles at you, and he had two tankards in front of him, like two like pitchers where he should be sharing it with other people, but he put him right in front of his own seat. He does hand you one of the pitchers as you come through, and he goes, "Drink."
Belric he'll nod and he'll say, "Yeah, I've heard a lot about you guys, but I'm not going to be doting over you like some of these common folk are."
You see, Groshin actually does smile at that. You see the lizard folk's teeth kind of all come into bear. And he goes, "Ezen lives for it. I'd rather be on the hunt. But good food, good drink. If we could find some distraction for them so they're not talking to me, this would be an enjoyable celebration."
Speaking of a hunt, I got in a recent battle with a rock, and you know what? We couldn't take it down. I've heard you, as one of the famous hunters, have had some success with that, so I'm going to play a little bit to his ego and see if he'll if he knows any weaknesses. Like, how did you have success taking down a rock in the past?
You see, he smiles at that. You even hear his tail thump, and he goes, "Oh, best way to take down a rock. If you got a bow, bows are good. I like to fight them with a spear too. If you sneak up on them in their nest, you know what? It's almost a little bit more difficult than this, but it's more of a thrilling hunt because they're protecting their young, they're fierce, they're going all out. They won't flee from you. They fight to the end. I don't kill the baby ones. I let the baby ones go and hope to hear that they survive. But for the big one, for the major bird, that way you can go spear to talon to beak. You can have a thrilling hunt and battle with them. If you ever get a chance to bring one down, you have to make a really big fire, but slow cook it. Tastes amazing.
Spear to fire to wing. He'll clank ales and Tahira. And then I'll kind of. This is probably too clever for Balric, but I'll say. And what about giants? What do you know about taking down giants?
I love that.
You see, he smiles and goes, I don't think we'll try or might, but I fought a few in my day. You look pretty quick about you. Giants, big, slow. Just be faster. Stab, move, shoot, move. Make them use those long legs.
I know you know what's going on in Kata. What could we do to enlist the help of? I'm not so much concerned about him, and I'll point and we'll see him like slapping the banjo and laughing around. But a hunter like you, I'd be honored to learn from.
Perfect. Give me your choice of perception, survival, or performance.
Right.
The hidden roll.
Okay. I'll stick in with perception here, I think.
Nice. You get a question as well. Are you going with the best arguments to bring them on?
I am.
The most successful argument is talk about how Kosir would appreciate them kind of aiding the cause. You also would realize that not so much Groshin, but Ezen appreciates people singing about their past glories. You realize as well for Groshin that he loves people talking about beautiful forests and hunting grounds. He likes kind of more the natural aspect of kind of the beauty of kind of Hura's creations. Sorry,
go ahead.
The last one is you get this would be pretty much a cakewalk for them. This would be easier than what they've been dealing with lately.
I picture a good laugh happening, like as I'm like, we're not so much concerned about him, but you, I'd love, and then kind of just like continued talking about like the Bruins of Fessia and just like nature and Hera and that sort of thing.
Definitely, he would be happy to hear about hunts and different things like that. And as he's drinking his like pitcher of ale and just chowing down on the food they have there. And you guys see kind of like as people go through, as this kind of round progresses, you see people conversing, sharing drinks, sharing food, and eventually you do see King Andreas Galanis stand up, and he goes, "Well, I'm glad you've all been able to see at my table, enjoy our food, enjoy the Fessian hospitality, but always within Fessia, there must be games, there must be contests, there must be sport, as Sanda wills it. So we will get to see some of our compatriots here have brought their seconds in commands to fight for our entertainment and brought to show off their wares and how they can bring honor and entertainment to this gala. I will see you all up on the storm deck, but Gavel's Baron, please stay behind. There's something I must discuss with you." And you do see kind of the rest of the guests begin filing out until eventually it is kind of you all, Baron Leslie Royce, as well as King Andreas, kind of still within the dining room. The Baron kind of like almost like you see he is very eager, and he goes, "How did dinner go? Have we brought any new resources to bear?
My friend, I believe I have. You are, I'm sure, familiar with the Lightbringers, the Triumvirate. Well, they have agreed to help us if we would grant them just a little bit of property somewhere on Kata. All they want is to build a big, fancy church. You know what? And I'm thinking, once you've taken your land back, that's an easy task, don't you think?
Church won't be too bad. If they're willing to lead military forces, of course, after we've taken the land, reset, kind of repaired our buildings, we could build them a church.
Good man. I was thinking, if that's all that they want, like, that's an easy thing to do. It's simple. Like, sometimes what people want is so, like, you don't always need to be giving people something incredibly valuable. Sometimes it's just a matter of finding out what they want in their hearts. It's not always about money, it's power, status, anything like that. Sometimes it's just a little personal thing. Although for her, I might be a little bit more than personal. We'll see. But yeah, what about y'all?
Oh, and one thing for Will, did you forget the prioritization piece?
I'm sorry?
The beacon, her demand was built before anything else on the reconstruction.
I must have missed that part. Well, here's the thing. She wants to do it as soon as possible. And so all that requires of you, I believe, is to designate a little space for it. That's all. You, I imagine, will have your hands in many pies and your resources spread thin. So missing a little bit of space somewhere on Kata on your entirety of the island, I imagine it won't be difficult to just let her begin her work as soon as she is able to.
You see, he nods. One of the pieces too. So she wanted it built immediately with him building it.
Right. Well,
give me the diplomacy roll.
All right. Again?
Holy.
God dang!
You see, like, the Baron, like, he takes a deep breath, and you see his brother-in-law, Andreas, just slap him on the back, like a friendly slap on the back, and he goes, my friend, if you don't have a nation right now, getting your nation back for the cost of a church, I know your mind. You'd want to rebuild your shops, rebuild your defenses. They can come after. Give her a little pretty bauble and get your homeland back, my friend. And you hear, like, audible grinding of his teeth, and he just goes, accepted.
Very well, and I promise you that this decision is not taken lightly and will lead you to great success in the long run, even if it costs you a little bit of money up front.
The more people we have to bring Kata back to the rightful people, the cost is acceptable. And you see, like, the other King Andreas, kind of like his smile fades, and you just see a more concerned look on it. Goes, well, I called you all together. My guards did intercept the ship from Akaris with the white unicorn flag of peace flown at our docks. Aboard the ship was War Chieftain Anka of the Giants. He said that the Akarians gave their invitation to him, and as rightful ruler of Kata, he is owed a seat here at this gala. My scribes say he's not wrong. But what would you say, Will?
All right, I forgot I was muted. The invitations are transferable? That doesn't seem right.
The invitations, not so much, and you kind of see him kind of growing a bit. The rules of the Thessian Republic indicate that those who have control of a nation represent the nation. And we did call the gala to all Thessian rulers.
What do you
Could I
want to be doing here?
could I ask Wisteria to make a legal lore as she pulls her aside? There has to be a loophole to make him stop, right? And I'm willing to stake one of my hero points on this.
I don't have legal lore specifically, but
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I think
I have accounting.
for some reason I
Different.
confused those two.
Crouch was just gonna say out loud, and why is this a bad thing? What? He's going to be here. He's going to be a barbarian. He'll be surrounded by your warriors if he acts out and tries to battle you. And if he truly says he's here for peace, in peaceful manners, parley, whatever it is, let's be truthful. He's just going to make a fool of himself, isn't he?
Oh, ooh, okay. That is possible. But as someone with high quote-unquote insight, Jeet will say, it's not about that. It's about what this creates. It's a flex. It's a show of power, saying that he can intrude and we cannot do anything to stop him, which hurts our efforts, lowers morale, and it's not good. There have to be rules of warfare and engagement against this. And could I roll warfare lore to try and find any kind of rules of warfare that might prevent this?
Yeah, go for it. So you get you can find one reason that could work. It could also it's risky maneuver because you could turn him away because you kind of going through and knowing the warfare, kind of knowing some of the Thessian guidelines. He is owed a seat here. He is with the Gala calling for rulers of Thessia. He is technically a ruler of Thessia in King Bracca's stead. You could try to say that this is a hostile spying maneuver, that he is only coming to spy upon people, and that you should turn him away for security. But it could also make you look weak to some of the other members at the gala. To some, it could be seen as a pleasantry, though. So it kind of depends on how you want to play it.
Okay, so I guess he's realizing that what Crash said, there is some merit to that inviting him and giving him enough rope to make a fool of himself could be a way to go. Has he been, or Bracca, been recognized by the other states as a ruler? Or this is this is my Crusader Kings coming out. Is he a de jure ruler or de facto ruler?
He's de facto, but one of the things, and King Andreas would explain it to you, the Thessians, even after building kind of a united republic, united to the outside republic, they do like to fight amongst each other and play secession games with who can try to steal whose nation. So that's why the rules are written so vague that whoever pretty much controls the lands is the ruler. Because each of them wanted each other's land, so they kept playing shitty games with each other and wanted to have it open.
Okay, so he'll just say to his teammates, to the Gallows, well, we could turn him away because he would be spying on us. But he says it in an unsure way, so how do you all...
I think these rules make perfect sense to me. They give an opportunity for anyone who owns land to participate in discussion, regardless of who they're from, who they are, where they're from, or anything in that regard. Certainly, it does complicate things for us and our objectives, but in terms of a rule for the land, I don't think there's any reason to try to oppose it and try to undermine what the Thessians have established here.
And what's he going to do? try and get his own diplomats. And Crash will put quotation marks, like air quotation marks around that, to convince these uncertain parties to join him.
Or
Yes.
look for Acarius.
Yes, that's exactly what he's gonna try to do.
He could. He doesn't even have to do all the way that. He just has to convince them to not join us. Oh my goodness! None of this would have happened if I had just listened to Mockery and we had killed him in his sleep. But too late for that now.
Syria raises her eyebrows at you. It's like, no, right?
So
Wait. So you're telling me that little devil on your shoulders was telling you to kill someone in their sleep?
Well, he wasn't sleeping.
He was in his bedchambers. He was probably awake.
But I have killed people in their sleep before. Or unconscious.
Crash just blinks, but I just had a thought out of character. It'd be really funny the entire time we were arguing outside of his store that he was hearing it and immediately recognized us, like, the gavel. It's good to see you again.
God, I hope not.
Wisteria will ask the king if he does anything to break the peace here or anything. Is there anything in the rules that maybe if he trips up could provide an opportunity for us? Say if he attacks a guest or something of that sort, would that then be grounds for action against him here at the Scala?
You see King Andreas nods. He's come under the ban of the White Unicorn. But if he does strike someone, if he does take up arms, the Unicorn banner will be broken. We'd have no assurances of his protection then.
Turning to the gavel, she says, I do wish Mockery was still here. He'd be very good at annoying the war chief until he broke.
Oh, yeah. I did not think that is an aspect of him that I would miss, his ability to annoy people in power. But he was really good at that, wasn't he?
I'm going to try to influence him. I'm going to get him on our side. I play both sides, so I always win.
I mean, you just have to crit once more, right?
Just one more. It's the third time.
Actually, I do want to bring that up. This could be a chance, out of character, this could be the chance for the gavel to negotiate peace. That's not going to happen, but it's an idea.
It could be.
Not while we have a blood oath to retake Kata for the Thessians.
You have the blood oath, but I'll say it's just War Chieftain Anka here. King Braca did not come. So War Chieftain, he could step down probably, but or even hinder the forces if he really wanted to for Kata, but he unfortunately couldn't declare peace on his own.
And who knows? Maybe we learn something about them as well. So you know what? I don't think what are they going to learn about us? Who's on our side? They would have known that anyway. Probably.
I don't like it. Information is key to combat, but it is what it is.
I don't like it either, but
It's an opportunity to learn from our enemy.
right.
You see the Baron's like he's grinding his teeth once again, and he goes, "Would that we could just put a spear in them." And you see King Andreas he pats him on the back again. Oh, old friend, you've got your enemy in front of you. You can look him in the eye and call him a bastard, and tell him that one day you will take his head. Come on, go put a smile on. You're always so morose. Come on, let's go see our welcomed guests. And he begins to head out kind of up the mini stairs to the kind of where the entertainment is located on the Storm's tower. And you guys see as you make your way up to the Storms Tower, many of the guests kind of arrayed around the stands. And for the viewers, this would be from our B Squad 2 session where the group got to go up against the Mokulin Reclaimers, as well as one of the Doctor's Forgemen. And you see kind of people arrayed kind of around the stands, conversing, and kind of different people kind of just going through, still sipping on refreshments as they look and kind of wait for the entertainment to begin. But after a little bit after you all come in, a hush kind of falls over the group, and you see two people walk in, kind of followed, with two people kind of flanked on all sides by almost like a makeshift phalanx of the Asinta guards, kind of escorting these two beings up through the stairs and tower. But you see one of them walking slightly in front, head held up high. You recognize kind of the depiction of War Chieftain Anka. Looks quite a bit smaller than you'd expect. But you do see upon his hand kind of the same ring that Kava uses from the Adamantium Renegades. You see him walking in, head held up high. He has a kind of a cape made out of leopard skin trailing behind him. His armor is gleaming. He walks in dignified, kind of with a dignified air about him, an imperious air about him. And next to him, flanking him, staying very close to him, you see another being with the same ring upon their fingers, but you see fire eking out of their flesh, eking out of their head, eking out of their eyes. You see a fire giant, just kind of like almost sticking close to him, almost kind of. He's still behind him, but you see him almost ready to leap forward and protect him at a moment's notice. You see War Chief Tanaka kind of walk out into the middle of this room, and you hear his gravelly voice boom out. Our invitation must have been lost, but I know you noble beings will forgive us for our tardiness. I, as the rightful ruler of Kata, the one who controls the lands and whose people bow to me, have arrived. And we are watching. I know your scribes, your priests have told you that the goddess of Why, one of your precious storm gods, has abandoned you. Neutrality is a myth. We are here along with the Reavers, along with your old allies of Arcarius. And we are watching. Kata is mine now. It is lost. Don't compound your errors by allowing yourself to get dragged into a lost cause. Because the children of Taishara remember. We remember when all Fessia used to be ours. But now we are content with Kata. Try our patience, and we may take your home. And you see him kind of stalk off to the stands, his own corner, where you kind of see the different groups of people, and you see him sit with his fire giant standing in front of him.
Oh, man. Oh, I can't hold it in. I can't let him get away with that impressive speech. So Jeet's voice rings out. First try holding on to what you have wrongfully taken.
You see, he looks and kind of sees you, and he smiles, and he stands up. Intelligence says you're Agni Jeet of the Gavels of Avasar. Is that right?
Oh, fuck.
Like, eyes wide, was not expecting to get recognized. The cleric of Nar is here, and I am he, yes.
Oh, the intelligence did say you serve Nar. I've had a lot of my scouts say you ran around my camp shouting Sanda the night the Baron was stolen and murdered. Silly me.
Damn it.
God damn.
Damn it!
God
No
damn.
response. No response. Actively trying to like hide himself, hoping he had a shield he could raise.
What do you mean? The flag ain't broken yet. He just murdered Jeet.
I was going to chime in with something, but now I think things are getting too spicy, and I'm not sure if it's worth the risk.
I don't think anyone wants to smoke after that one.
Can you remind me which god has sided with them again? The name of
well, the goddess of the sea, Y, didn't necessarily side with them, but said that she was going to be neutral. Ed forced her Pinnacle City to side with them, so it is kind of a weird neutrality.
Doesn't sound like neutrality to me,
Yeah.
but what do I know? You know what? I thought of something I wanted to say, but I don't want to start shouting that with this guy out in public, so I'm just gonna let him go.
I'll be honest. I kind of miss Mockery in this moment. With no charisma, he's got nothing to say to this. It's just straight up. He's just looking to the side, like, yeah, I'm not part of this. But if it were Mockery, he'd yell something.
You see, or is anybody interjecting after his statement? I should say.
Maybe I should. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Just, I think Will would kind of speak up, just showing honor to the local gods. Now that one of them seems to have turned against the most of us, gotta make sure we have everybody else on our side. That's all.
You see, he nods. We all must honor the gods, especially the gods who show favor to us. Keep your Sanders, keep your Havas. We've got the goddess of the sea. But you can see him smile and lean. He acts like he's whispering, but he is still speaking this at full volume. And he goes, "We know what you have done and tried to cast upon our name. It will not go unspoken today." And you see him lean back into his seat.
Oh,
wait.
Fuck. Guys, we might need to join the Giants.
we die if we join the Giants. We have a contract.
No! Help me!
Crash doesn't have anything to do with this.
He does. He's the only one that does not have a contract.
Crash is out of here.
First of the new gavels.
See him lean back unless anybody in the group has anything to say. They do begin the duel or the festivities.
This is the first time I think I was just looking through my. Just always got to look through your feats every once in a while to make sure you're not forgetting anything. And I just remembered I have something called influence rumor, and I think I might need to make use of that.
Perfect. You see him lean back in his seat. You hear murmuring going through at his words. He seems almost nonplussed at the people staring at him, some in horror, some in curiosity, as this giant is intruded in their midst. But eventually the games do begin. You guys get a chance to see your B squad perform well against the reclamation squad of Moklin, their asset protection group. You get to see them vanquish them pretty handily, earning cheers from the crowd and adoration for the gavels. Eventually you see them go up against one of the forged men, and you see them it's a rough battle for them for a good chunk of that fight. But eventually you do see them come together, orchestrate a pretty handy maneuver as they at least win a sentimental victory on that side as they throw the forgemen off the pier and get a chance to buy themselves a respite, with Olston calling the fight a draw. And as these are going on, you do see the doctor, this dwarven man with kind of this pudgy face, white lab robes and spectacles upon his face. You do hear him call out, looking towards you, 5, and he goes, well, we got to see what your B squad can do, but my forged men still hunger. You call it a draw, but if he made his way back up here, he would have tasted blood. What say you, leadership of the Gavels? Do you feel you could do better against my forgemen? I feel I could put 4 of them against your 5 and take your heads if I wished.
Oh, Jeet is already bristling after everything that's happened. So he stands up and he's like, we will not be beaten by metal. We have metal of our own. And then he'll go and like pat Crash's chest.
Crash will double take it that like and whisper to Jeet, why are you involving me in this? I don't have any weapons.
They don't know that.
You see the doctor
me to get up out the door. It took almost half an hour.
He looks at the group, goes, oh, of course, we let you. Or as he looks at King Andreas, I hope our host would allow you to rearm yourselves, at least for the combat. But I feel these 4 could triumph over you, and I am so confident that if you are able to beat these 4, I will lend them to your. I will lend a squadron of my forged men to your war effort. But if I beat you, the first of the leadership of the Gavels that dies, I get their body. If their body is unrecoverable, I get 2 of the next.
Interesting. I think Will would just kind of look around at the group, just sort of silently gauging, like, does everybody want to do this?
Crash just gonna like look at everyone else like, yeah, they could be turned to forgemen, look down at himself. He feels a bit more confident, but then realizes something. Wait, did he say die?
It's Odin's turn. Oh no, what's happening?
He did. But
So this battle would be to the death.
You shakes his head and goes, oh no, the king has said no lives will be taken here. But if you fall outside of here, and if you fall in this arena and you fail against my fortune, the first one of you that dies will belong to me.
oh, okay. So
We'll bring their body to Moklin,
okay.
and I'll turn them into a new fortune.
Well, this is a challenge I cannot back down from. That's just my edict as a follower of Narv. So my vote is fight.
So Will would just kind of look around for a moment, just like assess, like, yeah, it seems like everybody's in for this.
What do we have to gain from this?
We'll get the forgemen on our side if we win.
For the war efforts.
And they are a big deal.
Yeah, and you see kind of arrayed around him are these 4 kind of just used to what look like they used to be people. You see some of them, many of them, have orcish ancestry with like these mechanical implements inserted and kind of forged onto their skin. You see most of their flesh is covered within metal. Some of them have blades sticking out of their arms. Some of them have what looks to be bows sticking out of their hands. They have been forged for battle.
And to remind Belric in particular, if you remember way back when the Black Tusk clan were attempted to be turned into forgemen, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, can Wisteria identify possibly like where these orcs might have come from?
Oh yeah, no role necessary. Most of them look like Reavers. Actually, all of them look like Reavers.
Damn.
This guy's probably on the other side already.
No, the Reavers are on the giant side.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Reavers are mean to everyone, including Mokolin. So they probably were like raided Mokolin at some point, and then he took the bodies of the.
If we
or
kill,
maybe, yeah. At first, Wisteria was like, "Oh, after I die, I don't care what happens to my body. Sign me up to be a forest man, as long as I get to live, my life my way until then." But now she's feeling weird about it and not sure. But no opposition to fighting them for sure.
I don't think we can turn down such a challenge and keep our dignity, so we accept your duel with one caveat. Give us just a little time to prepare. We have unfortunately got ourselves into a scrape just this morning. We need a little time to recover. I still have half my health from the fight this morning, though. So.
You say just, of course, gather your weapons, take your time to get your breath, but don't stall too long, as others may feel that you are fleeing a challenge.
It is unfortunate that I spent so many of my spell slots in that fight, but hey.
Yeah, Belric, we did not get our spell slot back after the previous fight, but I assume we all healed up since then.
Yeah, you guys definitely had time on the boat to do some medicine rolls, and you guys all have battle medicine, so or you all have medicine proficiency, and so I won't make you kind of go through the rolls there. You can get your HP back up to full, but yeah, any of your spell slots would still be gone from earlier in the day.
Okay.
Even Crash has medicine proficiency.
I will. What rank is this? Oh, it's 4th rank. Okay, that's great. I will take like 5 pieces of spinach pies and cast thermal remedy on them. So at the 4th rank version means we can all gain temporary hit points, 10 temporary hit points, and the resistance 3 to fire. And the duration is 2 hours, so it should be good.
Cool.
That happens now. Put that in.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to put this on my character. Temporary hit points and 5 resistance.
Ooh, it's got a fancy little thing that comes up. Just drag the thing on there and it'll do it. Doing.
Perfect. So you guys are able to gather your gear. You send a messenger out to Beshnit, who comes back kind of hauling a chest full of your armaments, your armor, everything that you would need to equip up for battle.
Maybe just be a little careful. Try not to die. I did have to use a little bit of my healing power this morning, so not at maximum efficiency, but I can still keep going. That's just me telling you in character that I did spend my 2 of my 5th rank spell slots. So I can bring if anybody dies, I can bring like maybe 1 person back from the dead.
You see Crush just loading up on his armaments, getting ready for the battle. A lot of explosives. A lot of explosives.
Yeah. I like had this like vision of like I'm like sharpening arrows, like just arrows in my quiver, and then I like keep looking over and it's just like another weapon being loaded, and then another weapon being loaded, and then another weapon being loaded, and then an explosive, and I'm just like, holy cow.
No, that right there is completely accurate.
Perfect. Well, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. So come back 8:57. We will dive into your combat against the Forged Men. So see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to session 4 and 5 of Pandemonium. The group is still at the Gala trying to win allies to their side, and you just saw the B Squad go up against the Forged Men. If you haven't seen that, go watch B Squad 2. But the Dr. Vimler called out the gavel, saying that his Forged Men could beat them in combat, putting 4 of them against the 5 gavels. He thinks they could come out victorious, pledging a unit of Forged Men to join the war effort if he loses. But if the gavels lose, the first of them to die, they must do the utmost, must do anything they can to bring back the body to Dr. Vimler, who will then use them in his experimentations. You see Dr. Vimler, as you guys can gather your armor on and get your weapons ready for combat. He does look out at the group and he goes, "Well, now, this will be a chance to see the new and improved Forged Men live in action. We've heard we know that there's been rumblings with the Forge Master cowardly fleeing Mokulin, but I have improved upon his design. They are now 10% less expensive to create, and that was all my doing. And you'll get to see them in action against these gavels of Avasara. I can see what we can do when you put the might of Mokulin engineering mixed in with the rabble rousers and those who would break our laws, those who have earned the punishment of being forged. You'll see when these two things come together, greatness ensues."
Mysteria is slowly counting through all the laws she's broken in Mokulin in her time there and trying to figure out if it would be enough to qualify, but it's just in her head.
Probably because theft is like the biggest thing for Oakland. Like a lot of things get overlooked, but you steal something from somebody rich, that's like a big thing. You see the King Andreas kind of stands up to the kind of leads you guys towards where the raised platform is. He'll look at you all and say, "Do you all have anything to say before you begin your bout?"
Looking forward to a friendly
will-
bout.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Looking forward to a friendly bout. Will bows to the Forged Men, despite the fact that they're probably not really capable of caring about that kind of thing.
Yeah, you see, they kind of just stare back at you, expressionless. None that you can discern, no humanity that you can discern behind their eyes any longer.
Okay, well, Wisteria, I think I have something that doesn't directly go after the Forgemen. Maybe the technique to make them, does it still retain their intelligence, or do you think they will be moving in like fixed algorithms?
Yeah, so if we're going to roll initiative, I can use that ability. Of course. That's what we're asking.
Crash is gonna subtly lean into the mic. The sale on bayonets from the Sons of Droomfield will be happening after this peace talks. Please, look out for it. And he'll lean back after that awkward kind of presentation of his own company.
You see a bit of like a smattering of a polite applause. Yeah, if nobody wishes to speak, you do see King Andreas lean up and kind of shout out to the heavens. "Well, then let them fight, and the storm gods decide who is just and who shall win the day. Fight with your heart, fight with your passion, let your fury rise." And he kind of steps off the platform. Everybody roll me initiative.
Oh, sorry, this is at the beginning of my first turn, so I don't even do it now.
Good old initiative. Let's go. I can. And with this being the same arena here, if we get knocked off, do we count this out of the match, or can we still come back on?
Oh, you can still come back on.
Got it.
Holy. 34, 38, 35?
Oh no!
Is everybody in? Yeah, you see, like, as soon as the king says fight, the forged men, like, jump into battle. Like, they kind of start, each of them kind of assumes their role. You see this other forgeman, he extends his arm and a bow kind of starts to come out of it. You see him draw back. He is going to use this ability. So you see him draw back his bow. He is going to take aim at 3 people on this one, taking a -4 penalty to each shot. So you see he draws back, targets Crash, Will, and Belric. So Crash up first. You see him pull back that forged bow. He'll miss you. You see him pull back again, targeting Will, drawing back. A hit, and then shooting his last shot at Belric. Hit. So you see Crash, you're able to dodge the first one, but the last 2 aim true, colliding first with Will, and then with Belric. Why did it not roll? Weird. Oh, that's why. That's period versus a 0.
So is the 10 not accurate, or?
It is not accurate. It'll be 22.
Great.
No, 10's accurate.
So 22 to Will, 19 to Belric. As you see this forged man just start off firing with a rapid precision as he targets each or 3 of the gals. You see the Blade Master. He angles towards. He spends 2 actions to run up towards Jeet, and you see him flare out, kind of jumping back and then jumping forward with a quick slash with his blade. Oof, all right.
Ooh, you know what? Actually, because I don't want this to start off badly, I'm going to use Whammy, which I forget to use most of the time, and force him to re-roll that.
All right. Turns it from a crit to a hit.
Beautiful.
Love to see it.
So you see, like, for a moment, he was going to slash in. Like, you see the blow was lined up to be perfect. Will, how's that look as you kind of call upon your luck there?
I think Will, like, sort of sees that happen, like maybe 2 seconds before it actually happens. And he says, "Paolo, going to need you to step in for this one." And Will sort of sees it rewind and then happen again. But for some reason, the Blade Master is not quite as true with its strike.
Nice. So that's a move, 2 moves, an attack. You see him slash in there. You see the other Blade Master. He's going to spend 2 actions to, he's going to get right in the middle of them. You see Blade out. He is going to target Will. You can hear target designated. As he comes through and slashes at you. But luckily that magic is still working for you, and he completely whiffs his slash. All right, Wisteria, you are up.
Okay, so at the start of my turn, I'm going to use Recognize Threat. I'm assuming that the skill to identify these creatures is crafting, which I am master proficiency in.
Sure.
I'm trying to figure out which one I want to go for. From my position, would I have any trouble taking shots at the one by Will, or is Bear in the way?
You'd be able to shoot over Bear.
Alright, so I'm going to target that one. and do a recall knowledge check.
All right.
But the macro is still not working for me. I meant to look at that. Let's see if I can find.
You can just give me a hidden crafting check if you want.
Alright, that'll work.
Perfect. Yeah, you get one question. Now, Wisteria, you being from Oakland, you've seen these forged men around. They are one of Oakland's chief exports and probably one of the most morally debated topics. They typically take people who have committed grand theft or murder or serious charges and proved without a doubt, and they're put through the forge process. But you can ask one question.
Yeah, I guess G was kind of asking earlier. So, are they mindless? Is that what you wanted to know, G?
Yeah. In a way. Yeah. Yeah. I think in a way that. Also, like if they were algorithmic, then maybe we could try and confuse their algorithm. But first, are they mindless or not? That's a big thing.
Yeah. They are not mindless. They are. I'll give you this one for free. They are immune to frightened and fascinated, but they are not mindless. They are kind of a mixture of instinct, natural instinct, mixed with kind of almost magical technological programming.
Well, that's horrifying.
That is very good to know, so I will not be using fear on them.
Okay. And because that ability does happen on my turn, it's now off guard. That one's off guard to me.
Perfect.
So then I'm going to alright, I'm going to use an analyze weakness on it, and then take 2 shots with my crossbow. Okay. A lot of checkboxes now. Alright. Dang. I'm going to use a hero point on that. I got
Hero point up.
There it is. Yeah, that gets my analyze weakness damage. And the target is enfeebled 1 thanks to debilitating strength. And then second shot. Miss. That's my turn.
Yeah, you see the arrows kind of sticking through. You do see it's armored, kind of armored like flesh can reduce a little bit of that damage, but still that arrow kind of lands true. Dalric, you are up.
Okay. Dalric is going to begin by commanding animal. And Bear is going to take a strike against the Forge Blade Master.
All right.
I think maybe you want to flank first?
I know what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Whoa,
off, King.
okay. Well, I want to do that and then potentially bear hug him, but now I'm going to use my second action to do a bear support benefit.
Remember, with the support benefit, you can't attack with those ones for that turn.
I definitely should have. That was right here. Okay. Alright. Well, second attack.
Okay.
Alright. You can't. You said he can.
No, you can't attack and support with the animals, companions in the same turn. Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Well, you can have do a second attack if you'd like, though. Nice. All right.
All right, and then Elric is going to put his hunted prey on this guy. And then he is going to use his hunted shot. Do I need to post any of that?
Oh, no, you're good.
All right. Sorry.
So don't forget, from spending the night on the balancing act, we get 3 extra d6s added to physical attack rolls thanks to our forge, I think it was.
Oh dang!
Well,
didn't know
3
that.
that you could spend, or 3 chances to spend a d6.
Yes.
Sweet, that'll hit.
Okay, damage there. I gotta do separate, and then
Oh, nice. I forgot you had acid on your bow.
acid bow guy.
Very nice.
Oh, why didn't it do that? You see extra 15 damage come off. I'm not sure why I didn't apply it automatically.
Whoa.
15.
Whoa.
You also see a chunk of its armor burn off and the hardness taken away.
Wow.
Sorry,
Nice.
2 things. Did we just sleep on the boat, or did we fight this morning? Because I don't have my
You fought this
fireball.
morning.
Okay,
Yeah, so you
okay.
wouldn't have your
All right.
fireball. Yeah.
And then, all right, that's all I got. Cool. Good turn.
Perfect. He is looking hurt. You also see his regeneration stops.
Got
Crap.
His what stops?
Don't you guys remember from the last time you fought him?
Right. Yes. Yes.
All right, this is going to be a pretty nice turn for Crash. First action, he's going to be activating his acid ammunition. Because that requires a little bit of activation, a little interact action there.
Now let's find out if he reacts.
Does that have the manipulate trait?
Doesn't interact just inherently has the manipulation?
Oh, yeah, it is interact. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he is going to take his reactive strike. Oh,
You
man, that's pretty
may-
fine. Not 2 on that.
Hell yeah. All right, and you know what time it is? It's that, Sorry, I put my foot on something and it almost broke. It scared me. It's that Trigger Brand specialty it gets. Trigger Brand Salvo.
Nice.
So, let's see here. First, we get a melee attack in.
Nice.
That'll crit.
39 hit. Thou crit. Lovely. You'll love to see that. Let me take... Because this doesn't use the damage. There we go. 22. And then we get the ranged attack in. Also
Nice.
30.
Oh wow.
Holy crap.
Which, of course, now has the acid ammunition as a part of it.
Wait, if
Also
acid,
gives him persistent acid damage.
Holy
Oh,
cow,
Oh,
dude!
God.
So,
Sheesh.
and finally, just to do a quick kind of thing here, touch and go. This is gonna let him step, so he'll be flanking with G, as well as reload and change his weapon back to melee. So how that's going to look is Crash pops off. This may not be the first time he's faced one of these before with rolls like those, and swings in with the axe, carves in deep, flips it around to the blunderbuss, blasts it off before, in the same motion as reloading it, flips it back around to the axe.
Nice.
And
do
of
you
course,
get a critical specialization effect?
oh yeah, thank you. I was completely forgotten again. So that's going to be a DC 28 Fortitude saved, or he's stunned 1.
Nice.
Wow.
Damn.
Is there any success component to that one?
No, it's not a basic save. Okay. It's just a save is stuck with that one, and he passes.
All right.
So So
Yeah, you
so yeah.
blast. You see his
Great turn,
carapace
man.
fall off as well. You see kind of the part of the carapace struggle to repair itself, that acid kind of rushing, or at least stopping it for the moment. All right, the sharpshooter is up.
Oh, it skipped me, I think.
Sorry, you are up.
Okay, so Cheat's eyes flash back to a few months ago or in the arena when what he would have done is rushed the sharpshooter and tried to shove him off the ledge there, and then the crowd would have gone wild. But that's not the War Priest right now. The War Priest right now is getting ready for war, and he has to protect his troops. So I will begin by casting a spell that has the manipulate trait.
Alright.
So if the other Blade Master wants to try and
it's
crit
going
me
to
again.
yeah.
Oh, that disappeared.
Keep going.
Alright, that hits, but I'm... Oh, perfect. Okay. I'll take the damage, but it's not fully disrupted. Alright. As I cast Benediction. And everyone in a 15-foot circle has +1 AC now.
Cool.
Nice.
I actually was thinking of doing the same thing, so that gives me more options.
Nice. And then I will strike with my Naginata at the one I'm flanking. I will hero point that.
You'll point it up.
Yeah.
The flanky coming in handy.
Oh yeah, nice. And I will take my 5 temporary hit points from Replenishment of War.
Nice. Alright. Forge Sharpshooter is up. Seeing he's a big on Belric. Seeing Belric can blast in and take off the armor first with his acid bow. You see this guy draw back on his forged bow, spending 2 actions to make a debilitating shot upon Belric. Oof! All right. You see, like, he sees you draw back, and you see this thing with machine-like precision draw back his own bow, shoot it right into your shoulder, kind of slowing you down, hampering you. Because with that, crit is slowed too. So you see, like, it just completely throws you off your motion as he hits with that first shot. And then he's going to use his last action to strike again.
I need damage on that too.
Oh, yeah, let me roll that. So you see him draw back. The second time completely whiffs it, but that first one comes through with 40 damage.
After taking 40 damage, you still have more health than me.
All right, Will, you are up.
Dope. All right. Feeling the flames of Nar enveloping me in a protective shell, I feel no longer the need to do the same thing. So what I'm actually going to do is going to activate a new feat that I have yet to use yet. I'm going to use Quickened Casting. It basically just means I can cast one of my lower level spells with a single action.
Nice.
And the lower level spell I am choosing to cast is Heroism on Jeet.
Oh,
It only costs one action.
Perfect. How's that look?
I just reach out and touch him and say, "You are our shield. Stand ready." And then, with my second 2 actions, I would like to do just a little bit of... I think I need to do a little bit of setup. So, I'm actually gonna use... no, I don't think I need to do that. Instead, I am gonna go with the big move, my favorite. once again, Will is gonna just shout straight to the heavens a name, a word that you immediately forget, and the spirit, not the angel herself, but an aspect of her, is summoned to the battlefield. And he says, in Celestial, so who knows whoever understands it, I'm not sure, but he's going to say, I think I'm gonna. Y'all think I can afford to go for damage, or should I stick with defense this time?
This guy might be close to being done for.
All right,
So
he's gonna say in Celestial, I beseech you, Rashanael, smite these wicked monsters. And she is going to make an attack against this one, who is currently flanked from all sides.
Yes, he's bloodied as well.
And gosh, it's been such a long time since I used this spell for offense. I don't even remember. Oh, it's just a spell attack roll for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do that. 37. Hold on.
That'll hit.
I have him
Plus-
targeted.
Plus flanking, right?
Oh yeah, plus flanking. So yeah, that'll be a crit.
Ooh, awesome. And then, so that means that I should roll the damage. Sorcerer's Potency. Is there a way I can make this a crit? It'll probably happen in the thing. Spirit damage.
Nice.
Well, doubled, right?
Yeah, it's going to be 32 then, I think. 36, actually.
Perfect. He's looking roughish now.
All right. And that is going to be the end of my turn.
All right. Yeah, you see the sharpshooter seeing Will and Crash starting to kind of call up these powerful things. You see he's going to go right into that stance he did last time. Just kind of triple shot and like pulling back those bows quickly. This time he's going to take 1 at Crash and 2 at Will. So Crash, Will. I'm sorry, I got to switch to Will. Will with a 25 wouldn't hit you, would it?
No, my AC is 28 right now.
Nice. And then last one at Will. Just hits. So you see a pullback. Crash is able to dodge the first arrow to you. Will, you're able to use your magic to protect you against the second. But that third one comes through and pierces through your defenses. All right, the Blade Master is up first. He is going to spend an action to move in, and he is going to strike at Belric. So you see acid sloughing off of his skin, kind of getting off of his armor. You start to see it shine again, and he comes at you, blade sweeping left, sweeping right. First will hit, second will miss. Hitting for 24 damage, and that is his turn. And the other Blade Master is surprisingly in perfect position. You see as he looks around you, blades extend to both of his arms, and he is going to use Masterful Strikes. So he gets to make an attack against each of you guys within his range, applying MAP afterwards. So Will, he'll hit you first.
Okay, I'm just going to say it's very good that we're getting these guys on our side. Assumably.
Crash.
Just got me.
Fuck. Yeah, that'll hit.
Rashanael.
Well,
Untouchable, right?
she actually cannot be targeted by attacks.
Yeah.
She only
she's
takes
not.
damage when she protects an ally from damage.
And 32 would hit, not a crit. Hit me.
Perfect. All right. Will damage. Not too bad. Crash. And then
Too bad. Yeah, too bad.
You see just kind of spinning, just blades moving, kind of cutting, and then you see it slowly kind of churn to a stop. Wisteria, you are up. Oh, that takes some acid damage too.
Nice. Oh, that persisted.
Well, let's keep running all those.
Yippee for persistent. Holy shit! 25 from persistent.
Oh,
He's scared of it now, though. Yeah, because he's weak to acid, so the acid damage comes up each time.
All right, I'm going to first action devise a stratagem on that one. So in that case, I will target the other Blade Master for my free action recall knowledge. And I'll do another super crafting check.
Perfect. He is off guard to you, and you get 2 questions.
Is that a critical success?
It was a correct.
All right. So, 2 questions. Let's see. Because did we say we know where lowest save? One of the questions I'll confirm what their lowest saving throw is.
You did not, and it is will.
Okay. So I'll share that with the party. And then any ideas for a second question? Maybe.
Highest save?
What are you? Would that be useful to you? 'Cause I had another thought, but
No.
Best argument.
I was gonna do stuff anyway.
Best argument. Just kidding.
Best argument.
I want to know if I can tell how they're being controlled or commanded. If they're just like obeying the orders of the doctor, or if there's some kind of mechanism that he uses to keep them under control.
You kind of see that they obey the doctor's every whim. You would need kind of study of one to be able to kind of learn more about how they are controlled, but you see they wait for commands of the doctor, but they also seem to have a sense of autonomy once a command has been given. They're not like waiting for him to say, you strike this way, strike that way. But once he says like destroy them, you see they kind of their own instincts, natural instincts.
Gotcha. Okay. And then what else do I get?
Sorry.
So that creature is off guard against my attacks for 1 minute with a critical success. And I get a +1 bonus to the attack roll from Divided Stratagem. That's nothing different, but that doesn't matter. Each ally gains a +1 circumstance bonus to their next attack roll against the subject before my next.
Yes.
Let me see.
This one, right?
Yeah. That was from. Let's see if there's enough effect for you to come.
Oh, I just realized I have a great spell for this.
Okay. So now that was first action, so now I'm going to attack. Sorry, analyze weakness will be my second action. Third action will be attack.
All right.
Let's analyze weakness. 25. And enfeebled 1. Oh, and the other one's enfeebled goes away because it's still.
Oh, so you're shooting this one. Okay.
Yes. I got an 8 on the Divided Stratagem on the one below, so I didn't want to risk.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that's before a crit. That's not even a crit.
That's my turn.
All right, Belric, you are up, but you are slow to this turn. So it means you have 1 action you can take.
You can take 1 action.
Mhm.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna have Bear use his free action to support.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to target this Blade Master, whom I already have hunted prey on. My single action will be a Did shot. So here will
Nice.
be strike 1.
You get a +1 circumstance bonus
Is that?
if you're attacking the same one.
He's attacking the one in front of
Oh,
him.
yeah, I'm taking. Yep.
Right, that's who I.
Oh, is that who you did
Oh.
on? Okay, I thought you did it on
Yeah.
the other one.
No, everything was on that one.
Okay.
Except the device stratagem was on the left one. Everything else is on the right one.
Oh, okay, I got it flipped.
I did too. Okay, so that would be a 36. Does that do any difference?
Same. It just hits.
That'll be my first. And then attack 2. Will be miss. Well, it's a 28. Is it 28 hit?
28 does not. He's also going to use his reaction and take a shot at you as you pull that bow back. But fortunately, he rolls a 1. He cannot kind of slash. He tries to slash, but you see it coming a mile away.
Yeah. Sorry, and also that first hit, since Bear was supporting. Whoops. He actually does 2d8.
Sweet.
He's nimble or savage, so that would be it. Additional 10. Okay. And then that's my turn. And then do I go down to 1 mode?
Yeah. Actually, no, I think that one actually ends at the end of your turn.
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah, sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah, so you are no longer slow. Crash, you're up.
All right. We're gonna do it again. It's the exact same thing last turn. Activate the acid. Strike. We're gonna do the trigger brand salvo. Fun fact about trigger brand salvo. Actually, you get, as a trigger brand, you get that feat at the lowest level 6. But a gunslinger actually gives you a feat, basically the same feat by
Lost the microphone.
That was very funny the way the volume just lowered.
Felt like you were like doing one of these. You're like, whoop.
Okay, that not intentional, but very funny. All gunslingers can get this at level 8. It's just that trigger brands can get the feat by the name trigger brand salvo 2 levels earlier.
Nice. That'll hit.
All right, and yep. Damage. Hold on. No. Shit. The thing is with the melee with these weapons, right? Ignore the acid.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll that without the acid to make it easier on you, Tegan. And
Because the ranged attack is going to have the acid damage. Is that how that works?
it's only the range attack that has the acid damage because it's a little finicky with these trigger brand weapons because, for example, some of them I can shoot with one hand, but the melee side of it takes 2 hands, or vice versa. And if I'm not holding in 2 hands, it just doesn't pop anything up.
I was going to give you advantage on the ranged attack, but then I remembered that we did not. You were not part of the plan during our daily preparations, so I can't fire stratagem on Crash today. Next time, though.
I'm going to use a hero point on that.
Okay.
On a hit, you madman.
Damn! I was fishing for it. All right, now this actually does have all that on there.
Nice. You take out one of the forged men. How do you non-lethally put him down?
So axe in the shoulder to keep that blade away from Crash's neck, and then as he's bringing that over, he is basically using the blast back from the shotgun portion of the axe to let the blunt end of the tip of the axe just slam into this thing's face, letting that acid splash onto him before, of course, touch and go. And he is going to take a step forward on top of the Ford's Blade Master.
Perfect. All right, G, you are up.
I run. I run. I could only contain it for one round, I think. So one action casted. It has manipulate trade, but you've already used your reaction on Beldrick. And this lets me stride, so that's enough for me to go right up to here. And then I shove. Where is it?
Oh, please.
Basic action macros, come on.
Yeah, it's not been working for some reason. It worked for me last session, but this one's not working.
All right, I'll just do athletics. Fingers crossed.
40?
Fingers crossed.
Because that's against its own athletics plus 10, right?
Fortitude.
42. That'll crit.
Yes. All right, just shove it 10 feet back, I believe.
Nice. Now you hear it come crashing into the water, taking some damage as it crashes 30 feet below.
So
I'd be surprised if these things can swim as well too. You know, like it's I don't know. All right.
You just don't see them struggling in the water. You see a surprise on its face, but definitely kind of re-angling itself to come back.
Okay, and then that was really successful. So I will.
That was cool.
I'll actually walk back so I can get some benediction back onto my teammates. 3, 4. Do I want to give him all of the targets again? 5. I think that's good. That's my turn.
Perfect.
Nice turn.
Alright. This guy is in the water. Let me add his 11 damage he takes. Alright. He is going to have to spend a turn to swim over toward, or an action to swim over towards the ladder, the 2 actions to climb back up it. Burning his turn. Will, you're up.
Oh, I'm so excited. I would like to use first I'm going to start, because I know that these things are not mindless. I am going to target this thing with a bon mot. A critical success. I
What do you
can't
say?
be stopped. Actually, I think Will doesn't say anything. Rashanael turns to this wretched poor creature, and she looks at him with a face of pity, except you can't really see her face, so you don't know, but I know, and it feels good. But she says, "We have seen your past life. It was even more wretched than the current one." And that is going to throw it off its game, so that when I use this spell, it is perhaps even more effective. I'm going to use Spiritual Anamnesis on it, which gets a bonus against creatures who lived a past life.
Oh shit!
Specifically call out creatures like this, like with this tag, but I think these might count.
Oh, so does it have to be like, do they have to have died for a past life? Or
It says this is especially disorienting for undead and creatures that have lived a previous life, such as Celestials, Fiend, Monitors, and many other extraplanar creatures. It doesn't specifically call out this kind of creature.
They've been raised from the. If they've been dead and then raised, I would imagine.
they weren't dead, but what's it do for those ones?
It bumps it. So if they crit fail, which they might with that -3 penalty, it doesn't make a difference.
Will, give me a religion roll here. See if you can push this, because they technically haven't died before. But if you can roll a success based on your on level DC, we'll give that to you. Oh, I think the on level DC is 27. Let me make sure on that. Unless you want to burn a hero point here, or
Be cool.
As well, give it a shot. I have
Be
two.
cool.
Wisteria could do the thing, right?
This is
If
the
I
third.
tried them, I have to say before a roll, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll try it. It's
That's
the same. All right. That's all right. I don't need it.
He will fail. That
The bond mode made the difference.
Dude.
Wow. Great turn.
All right, so this thing is suddenly assaulted by visions of its previous life, and it is going to be slowed one for a minute and babble about whatever it's seeing.
Yeah, you hear kind of like in this orcish, kind of within this gravelly tone, orcish words coming through. Those, I think, just Wisteria probably. I get to hear it kind of babbling about raids and pillages. It's went on with a tone of remorse.
Rishanel just says to this creature, "Repent," and that is the end of my turn.
Perfect.
That's actually really worrying that it can, in some capacity, do so.
What?
Babble about
Oh, babble, yeah. All right. Does he? No, he is. You see this sharpshooter, kind of with just rapid precision, kind of take that debilitating shot. He is going to. He's going to target Will. You see him draw back on that bow and let loose an arrow. You hit, luckily not crit. You feel it kind of just arcing, kind of hitting you right in the side, just slightly slowing you down as the arrow pierces into you. And he's going to use his last hit as well. All right. The Blade Master, 2 actions. You see he is bleeding, kind of mixture of blood and this inky mechanical ichor kind of seeping out of his wounds. He is slowed 1 as he babbles about kind of past glories. He is going on the offensive. You see as he kind of begins bleeding, you see like the systems start to go into overdrive. You see he is vulnerable now, or not vulnerable, off guard, so a little bit easier to hit, but also does some additional damage when he does connect. And he's going to spend his 2 actions striking at Bell. First one connects, the second one completely whiffs as he loses control. Belric, you see that first one cut into you, slashing in fire, kind of eking out from the blade of this master for 33 damage, and that is his turn, bringing it back to the group's initiative.
I will just shout out, rally for Nar's attack, or Fury. Rally for Nar's Fury. And if you guys want to delay your turns to right after mine, I am going to cast Plus.
Tegan, is there a penalty for moving through allies? I think that might be whether I go now or after.
I don't believe you can move through allies. Is that right, Spirit?
Okay.
No, I think it's free.
Is it free?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only against enemies you need to tunnel through, if I remember.
All right. Yeah, then I'll delay my turn until after she. In that case,
Same.
my plan is to move next to Will in battle medicine, in addition to attacking.
All right, Belric. Are you?
I yield my turn. Yeah, I'll yield my turn to Jeet.
Jeet, you are up.
All right, 2 action casting of Bless. And where's that one? that one. Okay, and we get the aura on. Yeah. Now the War Priest is War Priesting with double aura. And I'm too far to heal Will, so I think I'll just use the last action to do a one action heal on myself, and that'll be my turn.
All right. How does that all look, especially get your double auras off?
Yeah, so already the protection of Nar was floating around, the big spirit version of the shield that Jeet used to use, but now the fire is also imbuing all of the weapons of the creatures who are in the area and guiding them.
Nice. Wisteria, you're up.
All right. All right, so I'm going to, I want to get that R, and I'm not too worried about taking an attack. I'm going to use a Doctor's Visitation to stride past Belric and Bear to Will, and then immediately make a Battle Medicine second. He can take a, I'm assuming moving past him like that will trigger a reactive strike.
He holds it.
Interesting. All right. Oh, and I don't have the macro, so I can't do that. Let me double check. Healing was all right. So I'm gonna go for the expert level. So it's DC 20, medicine. All right, that's a pass. So that's gonna be 2d8 plus 10. All right, well, Will, you get... Oh, 12. Can I hero point those d8s? Will, you get 12 hit points.
All right. Anything helps.
Every point counts.
All right. And then he's already off guard. So I'm going to do second action, Analyze Weakness, third action, Strike the Blade Master. Bless bonus. Five. Let's use a hero point. Okay. 24. And he can also do a reactive strike on that if he wants, but he's enfeebled.
He seems to be holding it for the moment.
All right. That's my turn.
All right. Crash, you're up.
All right. Pretty simple turn here. We are going to... Yep, we're going to stride. All right, up to here. Activate the ammo. We're not going to be able to reload after this turn, but that's fine. And we're going to trigger Brand Salvo.
He is going to take his strike at you as you activate that acid ammo.
Will do. Oh, shit!
Oh, shit.
Does
Whammy!
Indeed. He does indeed!
Whammy that?
I only get
Oh,
one.
shit! He does indeed!
Oh, whammy!
That's
I would, but I only get one day.
33 to hit.
That will hit, but since that was a manipulate action, he does disrupt that action for you loading the ammo. Or for you.
Luckily, it wasn't loading; it was just activating the ammunition. So
Alright.
we'll get to shoot, but that is a bit rough there. No acid going to be on this damage, but then we got shoot, critical hit. Look, that
Nice,
really-
dude. That's my beta for this fella.
Put him down.
I want to bring something up. I think I got double ones on both my critical hits for my gun. This is not me complaining. It's just It's strange that it happened twice. To reference Doofenshmirtz. But yeah, Crash just comes in, swings with the axe, flips it around, after getting absolutely just rocked by a hit. And yeah, even if he doesn't got that magical acid going on, it's still enough to lift this metal man off of his feet for a second with just buckshot to the chest.
Nice.
Love it.
Alright, Belric, you are up.
Okay. Do we know how this? Oh, is that other blade guy down? That was
Both of them are down, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Belric, get advantage on your first attack this turn.
Right. I think I'm gonna begin. How far does Bear run? 35 feet? Oh, fuck yeah. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna begin by commanding animal.
Alright.
So 2 actions for Bear. He's gonna run up over here. And he is going to support action. Can he do that? Yeah.
Yeah, you can. You have intact, yeah.
That's it. Okay. Then from there, I am going to move my. I'm going to use my first action to move my hunted prey to the guy near Bear. And then I shall take my first. I'm going to use my acid arrow here. It's just a little battle frog guy, but I'm going to use that shot with advantage. So I'm just going to use this twice, which is probably not the right way of doing it, but first one.
The first one luckily hits.
Okay. So it'll be the first one, and then I need to manually add this goofy damage. Sorry. What did I say it was? Like frog poison. I deleted. Oh no, spear frog poison. I got this so long ago. 1d4. Good grief.
What's the DC for that one?
I'll just post this. I don't know if it's stage 2 or what.
Unfortunately, he will crit succeed that one, so he does not take the floor. You see him kind of react the mechanical pot fire, kind of pushing out the poison.
That bastard. Okay. Second attack and final thing on my round will miss, and that'll be my turn.
All right.
Oh, sorry. I hit once and I did the support action, so I
Oh
do
yeah,
have
give me the
one.
2d8. Nice. And you see the kind of the acid burning through his regeneration there. All right, the sharpshooter is up. He is going to spend a turn to move. And then he is going to. He's going to draw back on you, Belric.
Shit.
They see him going to draw back that bow. First will connect. Why is this not rolling? There we go. 19. How's Belric looking?
Not great.
Is he still up?
Yes.
He's going to draw back again.
Right.
He'll miss. He sees him try to draw back, but luckily you see the arrow coming this time and are easily able to get out of the way. Will, you are up.
All right.
Like there's like a stubbornness, you know what I mean? Like Belric's getting hit and he's getting shot with arrows and shit, and he's just like, whatever. Like this one hits him, he's like, fuck it, you know?
All right. Yeah, I was just thinking of like, should I? I have 3 people that need healing and 2 actions to do it. Let's see. I think
One good thing, if you're considering it, is I don't think there are any enemies within 30 feet of you. Or are there? Oh, there is one. Never mind. I take it back.
Even if there is one within 30 feet, I feel like we can run through the health that's healed fairly well.
I only have 2 actions. And I
You're slowed. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I was gonna try to heal and then also have Rashanael. I was gonna heal myself and have Rashanael protect somebody else. I can't do that anymore.
If it makes a difference, I am gonna battle medicine you again on my next turn.
All right.
If I can do that.
Cool. You know what I'm gonna do actually? I am going to use my first action to Rashanael starts to head towards Will. And he calls out in Celestial again. No, hold on. I'll be all right. Protect that one. And he points at Crash because I think a difference of 10 damage might be a difference maker for Crash. Whereas protecting Belric, I don't think the 10 damage is going to make a difference to keep you up. Rashanael teleports next to Crash. This is the measure 2. So anytime you take damage for the next round, it is reduced by 10. And then for my second action, I am going to I'm going to use my amped message. Oops. Oh no, I went to a different map. There we go. All right, I'm back. I'm going to use amped message on Belric. Make sure I have it amped. Yeah. So you get a free stride or strike or shove or trip. And you just hear in your mind, "We are with you."
That's sweet. Do I use it right now?
Yeah, you can use it now.
Yep. It's your reaction.
Okay. Does he get hunted strike or hunt prey and all that?
You wouldn't be able to use like an action, but you could do like 1 strike.
But if it's my hunted prey, I can use that. It's
because the way that the thing is phrased, it's like you could use like a strike or a shove or a trip. It wouldn't let you use like one of your named actions.
Yeah, you get the precision, but not the double shot.
Nice.
Crit.
Hell yeah!
all right. Oh, a lot of numbers here.
Nice. This guy is bloody.
All right,
Nice.
and that is the end of my turn.
That's the most damage Will's ever done in a turn.
Probably. Yeah.
Come on.
Alright,
Was that guy in my striking distance? Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, you got your bow's pretty long range, so you should be able to hit that guy easy.
I was just wondering if he was in my support range, but he wasn't. Your support.
So the other sharpshooter is going to move up. He is going to draw back on Will with his first strike. With a hit.
That's gonna get me.
Oh, how are you looking?
Or is it?
I only have 8 hit points left.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wait,
so-
no, you healed me, so I have 20 hit points left. I forgot.
All right.
Or is it?
So you still up? You see a drawback. He expects you to fall. You see like this forge man computing with confusion as he's forced to draw back one more time. I can't do this one.
I don't think it's possible for him to do 2 damage.
So he kind of like draws back. The first time he sits you, but you're still standing. But the second one brings you crashing to the ground. Jeet, you are up.
Okay. when bringing someone up from 0, Jeet's magic at 10th level has flavorly changed. Because now it's going to be Phoenix Rising on Will.
Nice.
So the fire just goes all around him, and this vision of a phoenix appears, and it just pulls him, well, his consciousness back on its feet, not his body. That's 2 actions, and then last action, I will just slightly expand my bless right now, and that's it. That's my turn.
All right, Wisteria, you're up.
All right. Well. So, Belric.
Sweet.
Wait. Was that a? Sorry, Belric is at 25, right? He's not getting any of that healing.
I'm at 20. I'm at 25. Yep.
Okay. So I will instead. I still need to. Wait, the one that's bloodied. You said when they're bloodied, they go into overdrive and then they're off guard, or has that not happened yet?
It has not happened yet.
Okay. Did it happen on his turn? Is what we saw last time, I think.
That's what you saw last time.
Okay. I'm gonna delay until then. Belric might go down. All right, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to mark this one as my person of interest because I haven't used that yet, and then I will free action devise a stratagem. I'll keep it 10. And then free action recall knowledge on the sharpshooter. Crafting check.
He is not off guard, unfortunately.
Okay. Can I use a hero point on that?
Okay. He's off guard. You get 1 question.
Okay. Do these things seem just suited for being swordsmen and bowmen, or is anything about them indicate that there might be other forms we might need to watch out for in the future?
You wouldn't get that from looking at him, but with your experience with Moklin, you know that they've been able to turn wizards, sorcerers into forgemen as well. Pretty much.
Does it depend on what they were before they were converted?
For the ones that have arcane talent, yeah, they have to have kind of some of that talent before.
Okay. All right. So that was first action, off guard. Second action will be attack. Oh, there's a last strike in my last arrow in my crossbow, but we hit. No analyze weakness this time because I'm saving the action. Enfeebled, and then third action will be a battle medicine on Belric. We're gonna do the DC 20 expert difficulty again. Good thing I take that. That's a 2. 19 healing for you, Belric.
Fantastic.
And that's my turn.
Crash, you're up.
How many times can Crash use Quick Draw in 1 turn?
There is no limit to it, I believe. It's not a flourish one.
Got it. Alright, so he is going to change grip on his axe musket, which is free, and he is going to Quick Draw. And he's actually going to Quick Draw a bomb with this one.
Nice.
Let's see here. Quick Draw, and we're going to do a lightning. Which, let me target. Measure this out. 25 feet, that should be within. Let me double check this real fast. Increment to 20 feet. Damn it! Okay, I messed one thing up. I should have touch and go'd first in order to reload my axe and put it back in the melee. Is it possible for me to have done that first?
Yeah, it's a new character. We'll let you go with that for this one.
Thank you. I am so sorry. I'm still getting used to it. All right, because Crash being able to move around with step and leaps is a big part of it, and I keep forgetting. All right, so gonna throw lightning bottle, as Crash just named it. Son does smite over there.
Ah. Hero point.
I only had the one, didn't I?
Yeah,
Do I have two? Crash has two?
Yeah.
Oh! Hero point in that! Yeah! I want this to hit.
Oof.
That was worse. Oh, shit.
Holy moly. These sharpshooters, man.
Well, so, we're going to then quick draw a flintlock pistol. So quick draw for mine retort. Or mine entwort, which is my retort. And that's going to be with multi-attack penalty, unfortunately. This one's preloaded.
That'll hit.
Alright,
Nice.
I'll take it. Some damage this turn.
Oof.
And I've not rolled good for my damage day.
He is barely on his feet.
So the cool thing about the lightning in the bottle is whoever it hits, it puts them off guard.
Oh.
Yeah, it would have been helpful.
Would have been nice on that one.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, he is swaying upon him. You see blood and oil kind of leaking upon the ground. But Belric, you are up.
The splash, I think, does damage even on a miss a little bit. I don't know if it's enough to.
Oh, I completely forgot splash exists. Sorry. Hold on. Let me look at that real fast.
That's true. 1 point of electricity damage, I think, by default.
Let me look at this because it's a moderate bottle. He did 2 points of splash damage.
Perfect. How's the bottle take him down?
Oh my goodness! Wait, actually,
Yeah, he had 1 HP.
God, I didn't want that to happen.
The way,
I want to see all these gunshots and just shoot them with my bow, man. I wanted the bow to. All right, done.
so it's Crash tossing out the bottle, and when he dodges it, Crash's bullet doesn't hit the bottle. Sorry, doesn't hit him, right? He's shooting the bottle, the grenade he tossed behind the sharpshooter instead, so the shrapnel goes all through him from behind.
Nice, that's cool.
You see him crash to the ground. All right, you're up.
First action will be command animal. I'm gonna move Bear over here. He's gonna do a support thing. Second action, I'm going to move my hunter's mark to this new guy, and then my third action will be 2 hunted prey shots at Chaboy.
Nice.
Let me figure out where is Bel. I think I moved Belric. Oh, no.
Yeah, I think his token is underneath Wisteria's token.
Okay,
Wait,
I'll figure it.
okay, I think you were in that spot.
Target. First shot. This will have the little my little frog stuff,
Okay.
which is a D4.
Nice.
Will be additional damage, and then second shot I'll use a hero point just because I feel like might as well at this point. That'll be my turn.
So you light it up with 2 arrows. It seems to resist your poison, but the arrows and the acid burn into it.
Hold on. Then there's 2.
Oh yeah, the 48. Yeah, this thing, it is looking bloody. It went from healthy to bloodied in one exchange. Will, you're up.
Oh boy.
I'm just noticing something actually real fast. Did Crash get the last hit on all the Forgemen thus far?
I'm not sure.
I haven't killed anyone.
Because
Check my notes.
The
but I
first
think
one and the third one. I think he got. Yeah, he got the second one as well.
Might be the new Balric. Balric's pissed. That's why I was pissed in that last one. I was ready to draw my arrow and shoot him.
Put him down.
You can give him your crits too.
yeah, Crash got all 3. I'm just glad Wisteria doesn't have to focus as much.
Let's
on
go,
DPS
Crash.
anymore.
We're like, we need this guy. This guy's a little bit better than Beshnet.
Just a little bit.
Just a little, slightly.
All right. I think I would like to let me do my dang job a little bit. Let's just do a heal first. Which level though? I think I'm gonna do a. Yeah, let me do a 3rd rank heal. Yeah. Targeting Belric. Oops, I accidentally did it twice. Let's get that one back. All right, so Belric, you're gonna get a 2-action heal. But yeah.
Oh my god. Alright, Bear. I didn't mean you.
And then I want to keep Rashanael protecting Crash as much as I would love to send her after the sharpshooter. So my last action is just going to be...
To keep Rashaniel there, you do have to sustain her.
Yeah, so actually I think I have to do that. So yeah, last action, sustain to keep Rashanael. In fact, she's going to move just 1 square over just to try to keep up with Crash.
Okay.
2 squares over. Why not? She's just following alongside you, ready to protect you in case you get shot at.
Crash gives a huge thumbs up.
You see this forged sharpshooter alone, overwhelmed. You see it kind of kick itself into overdrive. Its flesh burning as its kind of machining parts start to kind of go past the limits of flesh. Is it gonna? Yeah, it's gonna triple shot. You see, it is going to. It's gonna hit 2 towards Will and 1 towards Belric. As you see it just kick into gear. So it's going to take its first shot at Will.
Uh-oh.
Did it apply the -4, right? It did not. Does a 28 hit you?
28 is my AC.
Okay, so that will hit. I don't know. I clicked the thing. Why did I do the -4? I'll just do this +1. So second for Will. And then the last for Belric. That was supposed to be -4. Would a 31 hit you? All right. Will's damage.
Oh.
and then Belrix. As you see this thing, knowing it's about to die, just continuously drawing back its bow, just shot after shot. All right, G, you are up.
Sorry.
Hmm?
There was you did 29 damage, 18 damage, and 30 damage.
The 30 was to Belric, unfortunately.
Okay. So the 18 went to... I took 18 on accident.
Oh yeah, I'll give that to you back, and you can do the 30 for you.
Okay.
Sari's just standing in the middle as arrows are flying on either side of her, just like not taking a hit.
How's Will? Is Will down?
I'm also up.
Just barely
Okay.
still up. That 30 would have taken me out.
Okay.
I think I
Even
kind
though-
of want to. I kind of want to taunt this guy.
Do it. Do it.
Kind of want to taunt this. No, like I want you to taunt this guy, but no, sorry.
Okay, yeah. Gino
don't
is
get-
going to make a proclamation sort of thing, or a declaration that
Yeah.
as powerful as the creation of mortals can be, clearly you need the guidance of the gods to emerge victorious. And with that, Jeet is consumed in flames and reappears right there. As I will cast Blink Charge.
Oh, hell yeah!
And try to strike him.
Do you want advantage on that strike?
Yes, please. Okay. Effect inspired stratagem. I've stacked basically all effects on this guy now. And we will. Oh, sorry, before doing that, he will re-grip his Naginata.
All right.
So what are you hitting him with?
Because I had to ungrip to shove, and then we strike. Yeah, we'll take
That's
it.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The flank
Yeah.
coming handed too.
Yeah.
All
Oh
right.
wow, that's
Hell
good.
yeah!
Wait, but it did not add the damage from.
You should get what, 48 or
2d8 extra force damage. So let me just roll that.
I didn't know if it was just me.
nice. Yeah, he is bloodied, getting close to being on his last legs.
All right, that's all 3 actions. That's my turn.
All right. Hysteria, you're up.
This one's in overdrive, right?
It is.
Perfect. I'm going. Oh no, I'm out of shots in my crossbow. So I'm going to be. Can I? I think the best bet is to try to finish him off, I guess. All right, I'll use an action to. Well, Will, are you going to be able to take care of yourself, or do you need some battle medicine?
I'll be fine, probably.
Alright, I'm going to sheath my crossbow, which I have, and then stride here. And quick draw and attack with my rapier.
All right.
Hell yeah!
I don't know, I'll add in the off guard penalty because it looks like he doesn't have it.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, it does? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it does. It's the marker. Not get an analyze weakness.
Nice. You cut into him. You start to see the thing swaying on its feet. Crash, you're up.
We're going 4 for 4. Crash is going to regrip his axe musket in 2 hands.
All right.
Let me just set that to be the case. That will be an action, and then an action to stride on up. And we're gonna trigger Brand Salvo.
Can you post
What?
that? What that means or what that is?
And
Sorry.
I'm gonna roll damage first, just in case. $18.
He is still up on his feet, but barely.
All right, trigger Brand Salvo. $40.
Wow.
All right. Please don't roll double ones again. Hey, I'll dig it.
Put him down.
Okay, Crash was 4 for 4. He got the last hit on all 4 Forgemen. So he comes in, axe towards the legs to sweep to join attack with Wisteria, turns his axe musket around, puts it directly to its face, and blam! It is buckshot enough to where this thing is going to need some damn good repairs. And Crash, kind of in the fervor, in the heat of battle, is going to look up and just say, "A dose in Warforge is match for 4 of your forgemen. Hell, with the gavels, we could have fought 5.
You see the Dr. Vimler is like fuming, and he goes, "Not fair. All this acid. Who knew about the acid? This is corporate secrets. Who leaked it? Who leaked it?"
I had it prepared before I even came here.
And he goes, "Oh, fine. You get your division out of our debts and Mocha." You see King Andreas goes up and goes, "The Gavels have persevered, proving that man is better than abominations."
Hey, we do still want them on our side and it would good morale.
I was just like, it was a bit touchy. Maybe you shouldn't call them that when we want them fighting for us.
But yes, I agree.
You see Andreas just shrugs. He just shrugs. But you guys prove victorious. You see many in the crowd cheer, especially those you've convinced to join in your efforts. You see Beacon Priscilla, along with the Adepts, the Stormfist Adepts, kind of cheering you on as you've earned your victory. That is where we are going to wrap the session today. Where we'll wrap next session. We will conclude the influence encounter. See what other allies you guys can bring upon your side. So far, you've earned about 1.5 battalions worth of new allies to assist, earning your first 2,500 gold as well from the Baron. And we'll see what more you can bring on your side next session. We'll also see too what War Chief Tanaka is going to do. He made a threat a little bit earlier as well to the Gavels, not saying, how did he phrase it? He won't leave it unspoken what occurred. And we'll see how that plays out for our Gavels next session.
Yeah, talk to the Baron about that.
Next session is next week, right?
It is next week.
Okay, perfect.
And we are off the, was that 26th? Yeah, 26th. Sweet, yeah. So everybody come by next week. We'll conclude the influence campaign, and then with week off. And then after that, a little bit of downtime, but likely kicking off the war that following session, or that session after, the first one in July. So see how that will go for the crew. But yeah, thanks for hanging out.